What's up, everybody? This is the Jedi. This is the Jedi. So I'm still learning, and I realize this software. I thought to schedule it, that means like you schedule it for another day or something. I didn't know it would put up a thing like a preview for you. Basically, that's good for me. It's kind of a notice that I could put out, kind of letting people know that I'm gonna be live. I'm still learning. Anyway, I want to say good afternoon, and I guess good evening also to some of you. Why I'm here is because I and all my other streams, I didn't know how to do the thumbnail, so that's why that red, one of my icons, that sort of my branding, has been up when I do these on this software. And I didn't know how to put up the icon or the thumbnail, because I thought you could only do that if you're scheduling it. But you have to go into scheduling in order to see the thing for you to add a damn thumbnail, so that the topic of what you're talking about can be the thumbnail for you. So that chick, God love her, I was really done with this story, done with her. I gave my dissertation. We all had our thoughts, and I was good. I'm really still good, basically, and I think this white shirt is too much. But apparently she's being dragged for her life. We're going to deal with it. And it's also a little shiny because the skylight, and it's still daytime. So once the sun continues to move, then it'll be better, inshallah. She's being dragged across the universe, as she should be. And people are doing all sorts of meme videos. I'm going to show you some of those. She is a little girl. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Now, so for people who don't know what's going on, which I can't imagine that there'd be anybody that doesn't know what's going on, there's a video that went viral days ago where we don't see her. We just hear her because she's filming. We see a brother pull up in a car. He gets out. He's got a drink. By the way, I think that was a high C orange. But he has a drink and like a bag of McDonald's. And she's already giving him grief because the bag isn't big enough. He has one child with her, but she has 3 other children. And she's now pissed that he didn't bring a feast for the other children as well. And it also occurred to me, she was also mad because her ass was salivating. She thought she was going to get some McDonald's. Because when little kids have food, you can kind of bum rush them, you feel me, and get some of their food. I do, you feel me? And but so she ends up berating him, throws the food just in the street, leaving him stuck. Like he was just trying to bring food for just his child. Now, in her rebuttal video, which we're going to see, she's now claiming her big point that she thinks makes this all okay is that their child that they have together is the youngest one. So that the dude has been in her life with these other kids that are the product of other men. He was there, giving them stuff, certainly buying them McDonald's. And then now, but that's when they were together. Then they produced this baby that's his. They're not together anymore. And now he's bringing food for just his child. Again, we're gonna get into it. I'm trying to go so I can see if this thumbnail is on there, y'all. And I'm yakking, so I'm not really. I need to go to my channel. Is what I need to do. Okay, the Jedi. My channel. There the heck it is. Yeah. Um. Also, I'm here because Black people need to be armed, and we need to put up a physical damn resistance. You know, we have another Freddie Gray case. You know, and then we also have a young boy that was pushed down by a white devil. And I want to take you through that and tell you why, all the things that are wrong with that, why it's happening, why it's a problem, and why it makes me furious, among other things. Let me cue up Miss McDonald's. Is this her ass? Yeah. Okay. All right, go back. All right, she's cute. So, but I want to begin with Miss Ratchet, because this thinking, sadly, is pervasive amongst too many of our people. There's a whole ignorant class of us that's out there, y'all. A whole ignorant class, like just we could diagnose why, you know, we're getting this end product. You know, there are many contributing factors. We could go back to even the crack era. Some of these parents are the product of crack parents, but I can't really, that's going to be a percentage, you know. I have to always use my own life, because I'm someone that doesn't believe in crutching on whatever your childhood was, you know. I mean, I have every excuse in the book to be whatever. But again, I've told you about that light. You got to have it inside you. And I do think that everybody gets it, quite frankly. I think to some degree, I believe it. I think everybody gets the light. I think you get the light, but some people just aren't recognizing it. They're ignoring it. I don't know, but you just can't, you don't need to be the product of your upbringing, the negative, you know. You don't got to be that. But we have this whole class of our people out there. There's one population that don't know anything at all. Their brain doesn't work. They can't think. They can't talk. They're very unsophisticated. They have no knowledge about anything going on in the world or in the community. They're oblivious to social and political issues. You know, they're only I don't even know what they're really interested in. They don't really have any real passion. They're kind of wandering through existence, you know. There's no hobby even, you know. Like, I mean, you know, a chick like this, she's just into her nails and you know, how she looks, and you know, she's probably a Lizzo fan, and you know, things like that. You couldn't have a conversation with her about anything critical. And if you did, she's going to tell you, like, let's say you bring up, I don't know, Ukraine. Oh, I heard it was something bad about that. It was bad. That's her whole conversation on it. She's got nothing else. Hold up, y'all. You know, she's at the nail salon. She has wigs and bundles. You know, she's that stereotypical, the stereotype that goes out. We never see the sister who is not a single mom, you know, that uh, you know, just speaking from her perspective, just the woman, the female woman perspective. We never see that sister who is not single, but has, maybe she's dating some really quality men. But right now she doesn't really want to really be tied down so much, but she's upwardly mobile. You know, she's gotten some education. She's got a job, you know, something lucrative. You know, she's not going to be in the room with Oprah, but she can pay her bills. She's not driving the latest whatever, but she's got transportation, you know, and she takes care of herself. And she's socially conscious. She's self-aware. And we just don't see her, you know. She's health conscious, image conscious, and things like that. We don't see her. We definitely don't see Michelle Obama. We don't see that. We don't see Michelle Obama, you know, that sister, you know. And we don't ever see this other sister I'm gonna tell you about right now, because I see and have seen this sister I'm gonna tell you right now. We never see that sister that, like, you know, she just graduated Howard, you know, or some SBCU or HSBCU. She's got a great group of girlfriends. She's an activist. She's beautiful, but she don't crush on her beauty. Very feminine, very girly. You understand? Smell good, look good, but she's not representing herself from her beauty. You know, she's a real round the way type chick. You know, brothers can get along with her, females get along with her. She's just that sister. Like, it's no agendas coming with her. You know, we don't see her. She's definitely not trying to get pregnant and get tied down. She's got goals. You know, that's going to be your future congressperson, or somebody that's going to, you know, open up a really fantastic business or something like that. Or she's going to be a teacher, or she's going to be a mentor or something. We don't see her. I mean, I could just keep going. We always see this chick and the brother that goes with that chick, quite frankly. This is what we see. Let's bring her in. And so you can see now she's trying to defend herself, because the entire earth is dragging her for filth, as they should. Wait, don't start talking enough. I ain't ready for you yet. All right, so I want to make sure it's shared. Let's see. And she's like, the whole world is turning against me now, but y'all don't understand. Hold up. So hear this now.
So the whole world is basically bashing me right now because I'm the baby mama who was upset at her baby daddy because he only decided to give his child McDonald's and not the rest of my other 3 kids. I have 4 kids. You knew the situation when you dated me. Our child is the youngest child. So keep that in mind before y'all make me the villain. That means all my other kids knew him. He was buying the McDonald's when we were together. My kids have to go through a transition of our breakup as well. Like, yeah, me and you broke up, but my kids got to feel it too. So now my kids have to see only one of their siblings get McDonald's and not the rest of them. And they know it's coming from you because, of course, like me and you used to be together. They used to see you. You used to do it for them. But now you don't want to do that for them anymore. Like, to me, that's petty. That's petty. Like, it's not fair. Like, you're not going to give one child McDonald's and not all the other kids McDonald's. Like, I'm not going. And then on top of that, you mean to tell me you can dib and dab and want to do it sometimes, but yet you can't feed all my other kids McDonald's though? That's what you mean to tell me? Like, I'm not going for that. I'm going to stand on what I said, and I don't care what everybody else has to say about it. Y'all could judge me. Oh, well, I could be the villain, but I said what I said. Like, if you can't bring everybody McDonald's, then can't nobody have McDonald's.
Okay. And she said something I didn't hear before, but somebody said it in this when we went over this story the first time. Somebody said, That's some. Oh man, it's worth trying to figure out. But somebody said, yeah, like she definitely, that's somebody that's still smashing. They still like canoodling basically. And I was like, that had to come from that had to be the senses of a black woman. You feel me? Like that was so insightful. And I just was like, yeah, that's right, huh? And then now she just said it. She basically admitted they still smashing here and there. You feel me? And I feel like this too. I feel like, you know, um, she really believes this. So in that context, she's not coming from, in her mind, no matter how wrong she might be, she's not coming from a mean place in her mind. You see, in her mind, that's what it is. Like, we still smashing even. Before we get to that, just the fact that if you bring one for something for one of the children, you got to bring something for all of them. No. But it's a ball of mess because you could see where, okay, we together, before you had my child, you got your kids here. There's an idea that we're going to be together or that we're together now. But you see, those conversations aren't happening because they're just playing house. Nobody has sat down and critically talked. You see, that's what I've told you a million times. If you know it's just sex for you, state that and say, I don't need to know shit else about you. This is just sex for me. And keep it pushing. But what you're not doing is you're not having conversations. You're not doing the interview, you know, the men or the women. You're not interviewing. What does this mean for you? What are you looking for? Define this. What is this? Are we mutually exclusive? Are we one-on-one? Are we looking to take this to the altar? Are we just playing right now? Are we playing house? I mean, there's so many things that allow for this to be what it turned out to be. It's sad that now she's being dragged across the earth, but she did that on her own, so we have no sympathy for that. You know, if somebody else had filmed her and then it got out, that'd be something else. But her whole intention was to film, because when he gets out of the car, she goes, I'm exposing you now. I'm exposing you. No, heifer, you exposed yourself. It absolutely backfired on you. Everybody is looking at you like, nah. But wait, y'all, before I get too deep, there's meme videos. Here's one of them that's my favorite. Wait, this is worth it. You have to see this. And there's many like it. Everybody's doing it. Everybody. See this. Killing it.
What's up? Sure. What is this? I got Junior something to eat. What I'm doing one turkey leg. What you mean? That's not enough. I got 3 other kids in here. They are hungry too. You call me telling me my child hungry. I'm finna feed my child. They just savage. That's not right. What they gonna eat? What you mean? Fix them some noodles. No, they don't want no noodles. You can't just be coming over here and bring just one turkey leg. Bring one turkey leg. Turkey leg. No. I know that much. And when he called me, he better than 8. He better not share a mother. He gonna share. It's not enough though. Like I said, you should have bought more. It's just for him. Okay. Okay. When I get my life in order, I'm coming to get him. No, you ain't. No, you ain't. You ain't taking my kid. No, you ain't. You the one up there. You the one selfish. Gonna bring one turkey leg over here. That's not enough. No, you the one hating. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. All right, you be back in court Monday morning. We going back.
I can't. That's one. But there is one more you need to see. Because do I have it? I do. Okay, this is really taking it to the next level, y'all. Wait now. I was done.
Daddy loves you.
Look, they all standing there, like all the kids and the mother, and then I guess this was like the one that got the child. Daddy loves you. I mean, they're really going in, dude. Like, I wish he could make some money off of this some type of way. You feel what I'm telling you? Damn. I can't. Anyways. She brought it on her damn self. Because, again, I get what she's saying. It's not like her point is completely invalid. It's just wrong. That's all. It's just wrong. It's just wrong. You cannot, this man don't have no ring on your finger. You don't have a ring on his. You are all playing house. He has no obligation. It would be nice. From where she's coming from, that's what she should say. I mean, it would still be nice but she don't have that language. She doesn't have it. You see? And if she even had it, she couldn't read it because those damn eyelashes, you saw those. I mean, my eyes are itching just looking at it. You see? And the bundle. And what I didn't do, because there's another video that she did, she came back with like a shower cap on her head. It's like a 5-second video. But I promise you, this goes to state of mind and her level of maturity and why I say she's just a little girl. It's clear to me the only reason why she did that video is because she thought she looked cute in a natural light, and her hair and her makeup and her eyelashes were looking cute. Because the first thing says when she comes out, she goes, but y'all, you know something, don't mind how I'm looking. I know, but and then go on. No, bitch, that's the only reason why you came on camera. Oh, I can't stand you now. She's a disaster area. And you see everybody's going in. There's some other ones. Do we want to see this one? Which one is this? Why not? I don't remember this one. So I don't have knowledge of it right now as I'm sharing it to you.
Here come my baby daddy with this motherfucking PPP car. Always trying to stun and shit. Ugly ass.
Oh, I remember it now.
And I bet he only got.
I'll be in the loop. We be in the loop. We go up in circles. We go loop the loops. See where my son at?
What's that?
I got a piece of pop.
That's not enough. I got 7 kids.
Okay, I know what you got. I know what I got. I got one child.
I got 7. That's not enough. He's not going to eat that in front of his siblings.
Okay, tell me to go in the bathroom or something.
You know the other kid's daddy in jail.
Okay, I didn't commit that crime. What they got to do with me?
He's not going to eat that in front of them.
He's going to eat in the bathroom.
Split that 7 ways?
If you want to split my bitch, if you cut my son piece of pop and split it with the rest of them, it's going to be a problem.
Just give it to him.
Nah, tell him to come outside.
Give me the food.
Tell him he can come eat in the car. Come kick it with his old man. He cool?
No,
Tell him to come outside. I'm not.
Nothing.
You lay it down with 8 other people.
If you don't go get the other
Why I'm the only nigga?
Then he
How you
might
think? Bitch, I work at Wendy's.
You know.
You think I'm gonna come over here every day
Come on the floor.
with 8 happy
You know
meals?
your car come on the floor. I don't
8
know.
happy
You
meals.
know them.
Who gonna be happy in the end? Not my bank account. I'm not gonna keep buying 8 happy meals for them damn kids. They ain't mine.
You're petty.
I'm not petty. I'm trying to feed my son, so my son got started because your rest of your baby ain't shit.
You know I got 7.
No, you did not have 7 babies before. I'm the first one. So I married than you before they did. You let them niggas run trains on you and niggas in jail.
Now you want to put my business out here in these streets? Go get the food.
Tell them come outside.
He ain't coming down.
Junior, come get this piece of our mask out, son. There you go. Daddy, big boy.
And you better go listen to your motherfucking daddy.
They don't worry about
And you better say your sisters and brothers something.
You ain't got to say it up there. They was gonna go to the park. So he got to set a swing with them too? Goofy.
Bad goofy.
I can't. Again, there's a million of them, y'all. There's a million of them. But she brought it on herself. you know. And I saw it come up on that one, or was it in the comments on one of them? Somebody said, well, she better go cook. I know, right? Although on this main sister that we're talking about, she obviously couldn't go cook because she made it very clear to let him know she don't get her stamps till 11. You don't get my stamps till 11. I can't. Oh, let me see who's here, everybody. Wow, that's gonna be the gift that keeps on giving. I can't. My face hurts now from grinning and laughing. Shout out to Cheryl Bryant. Shout out to you. Black Beauty always. Good to see you, ladies. Jedi and the Black Global family. Love and peace to all. Cheryl. Well, let me come down. Shoni, shout out to you. Ms. Matthews, shout out to you. Betsy, a big shout out to you. Miss Christie, shout out to you. J9, shout out to you, Queen. C or Shronwell. I don't know, but shout out to you. CJ Mendoza, there you are, CJ. What happened? Jedi, hello, Jedi, and hello to everyone in the chat. Yes. I was having all kinds of technical problems that last time, CJ, so I don't know what's going on. Did you let me know? Cheryl, I remember you talked about this about a week and a half or 2 weeks ago, a few days before I had seen it. Another shout out to Shoni. Betsy, yay, I caught you live. Miss Matthews, she may have been a tad over the top with throwing the food to the ground, but it isn't a good look bringing food for one kid, knowing other kids would be there. No, that we already, you weren't here, Miss Matthews, but the first night that we went over this, well, I showed the original video, and then I let everybody say what they thought before I spoke on it. But the consensus is, the majority consensus anyways, is what I believe, and that's fine. But this brother didn't have that, and my child, first of all, I can't use me because I'm never going to do this to a woman. You feel me? Like, if I'm with you, I'm dedicated to you, and it's going to be a ring on it. That's just what it is. But that's a different world, apparently. So in this world, if I'm him, my child is not going to, I wanted to, damn, I got money and I could take my son something to eat. Damn it, I can't because those other kids that don't belong to me and I had nothing to do with. No. Because then the child don't see you coming because that child is not making that distinction. And your child needs to feel special too. So there's even times when you have it that you make the distinction. Y'all don't get nothing because I'm not your daddy. This for him. You feel me? Nah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. You can't be precluded from doing something for your child just because she has other children. Nah. You know, again, there's a whole bowl of stuff that goes with that. because they should have been together. She already had kids. You should have. It's a few things, but this is where we're at now. So we just can't have it. Jedi, maybe you talked about this chick last weekend. Oops, child, it's getting old. I lost track of time about her. I know, I was over it, but it keeps coming up in the feed. And then I saw she had responded. I'm like, I can't. Because in the original video, we never see her. We only hear her. So that and her being dragged makes it eligible for me to, speak on it. Let's get somebody else. Miss Christie, and she stays on TikTok too. That would definitely be an attribute I would definitely expect. She's that sister, Miss Christie. It came up that this was a skit and not a real situation. This one's real, but the other ones that I showed are obviously skits. People are now doing parodies to drag her, but that was a real thing. That's why she came back to defend herself, J9, you say she should have not done the follow-up video. She made it worse. Yeah. Sometimes silence is best. Just leave it alone. Don't give it any more energy, But she's a little girl, so she doesn't have the sophistication. She doesn't know these things. I know, Wendy's on the meme one, he goes, I work at Wendy's. And then this Shron, I don't know what to call you because I don't know what that is. Shron, you say you lay down with 8 other people. CJ, I read CJ. I missed the ¿Cómo estás? O ¿Cómo está? A mí. It's solo. And yeah. So then Miss Matthews, one of your many comments, you say looking up to the patent. Okay, I'm out of context. Back in the day, it was very commonplace to have a lot of babies. I'm the product of that. There's 9 of us. But then usually from the same father and mother. That's right. I'm from my mama, my siblings, all except for my half sister. Only because my mother was gone. And so my father remarried. And then she is a product of that. Other than that, all the kids, we're all from the same mother and father. CJ, I'm healing from breast cancer. I finished chemo. Soon I start radiation. Please keep me in your prayers. I will, CJ. And as I said to you last time, I really wish to God you would let me reach out to you and we could hook up with this milk, because I'm just telling you what I know to be the truth. I'm just telling you the truth. And now that you're in chemo, the benefit of the milk now would be that it will lessen the side effects of the chemo and actually make it more effective. Allahu Akbar. Did you at least get a chance to go to the website? Because I put the website up when we were on. I will make a YouTube video soon explaining my current health situation. Okay, inshallah. Yeah, that killed me because I was just like, oh my God. Then we got cut off or something. I was having technology issues. I don't know what happened that night. But I just felt like empty, like I didn't know what to do or say, and I really wanted to reach out to you big time, because this is something that people don't really got to suffer with so much now, if they know what I know. And that's why I try and spread the gospel of this, because it's the truth, And since that stream, CJ, one of my lab results, my doctor is telling me my PSA number is way off the charts, which is your prostate specific antigen, which means, you know, they could be, so I don't know. But what I do know is I hear something I don't like when I see the urologist, I'm just going to have to order some milk. I'm going to have to. You say, I didn't know that you mentioned the milk. We did get out. Oh, so you might have been all right. See, I didn't know. I'm thinking you were still. Yeah, I put up the website and everything to camelmilkusa.com. I pulled it up. I'll do it. Because I want you to go to this site. Oh, here it is. And everything, let me bring you guys in, is explained there. And then if you want to get the milk, then that's when you need to holler at me. You could call Dr. Hinkle, but the people that she is referring people to now, the prices are not, it just, and you know, I still have the phone numbers of people that I was ordering it from. You understand? So, you know, it's something that, did I share? Yeah, that is Dr. Hinkle. This is the website, camelmilkusa.com. And no matter what you got going on, you can go here and they have videos, they have testimonials. You will see videos from Dr. Hinkle herself. I mean, this is everything, everybody. It's everything, you know. And sadly, most of humanity doesn't know about it, certainly in this hemisphere. And you know, you want to be careful because you don't want you know, the pharmaceuticals and people like that trying to crush this. You understand? So I'm not going to leave it up for too long, but that's what you need to do. And if you, apparently you weren't still on, I said also, I don't know if you follow me on Instagram or not, but we can exchange phone numbers so I can speak with you directly, you know. And because when I hear this, it's as if it's happening to me, you know. So it's happening to you, but I take it on as it's happening to me. I feel the same urgency and all of that. I wear it. 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 I do. But that's where you need to go for sure. Is to that site, just to, because it tells it a lot better than I can. And you can, I mean, it's everything, dude. It's everything. It's everything. And then, like I say, you can reach out to me on Instagram to get my phone number. And, you know, I can help you, CJ. I can, you know. This is part of the reason why I'm on Earth. These are the types of things that give me the greatest fulfillment. I want this for you, you know. I'll get joy from that, but it's for you. That's very important. You know, and I don't know if I had it since that stream or not, but we had a whole thing about breastfeeding too, you know, because it is breast cancer. But we were, I forget what provoked our conversation about it now. Oh, it might have been the Roe v. Wade thing. I don't know. But anyways, we've had a whole thing about this, you know, this lack of breastfeeding and all that stuff. And it's a whole thing. But yeah, I want to see you come through this, and you can. You know, y'all know that even the Propel that I drink, not drinking Propel no more, because it has something called sucralose. And I did, and not just that, there's other ones, but this is the one I started on. So this is something that's known to affect your gut bacteria and it's a assistant to cancer and shit. I mean, just, you know, probably the most important thing I could say to you that I know, CJ, is that cancer is something you got to starve. If you can starve it, you can beat it. Starve it and beat it. Sugar, gotta go. That's just one. You understand? But there's a lot of things that can feed it. So if you just, you know, like, I found out that I have high cholesterol too. That's off the charts. They prescribe me the medication, everything. I'm not taking it. And because I just feel like, well, my body is telling me I need to do something. I still don't see how I can have high cholesterol, but I pinpointed some things that make sense at least. And like even yesterday, because I have food fear, so I don't know the last time I just bought a whole bunch of green stuff, you know, because they spraying it. But I just had to break down, you know, and I made a huge salad yesterday, you know, with spinach leaves and romaine hearts and broccoli and cauliflower and tomatoes and pecans. And what I do is back when I used to eat salad regularly, I always make my own dressing. So when you know you have the bunch of spinach, well, before I unband it, I cut the stalks off. I wash those go into the blender with olive oil, salt and pepper, tomatoes. I forget what else I use, but I make that into my dressing actually. That's what I end up pouring over it, is the stalks. Like I make dressing out of it. It's delicious too, I'm telling you. But it was, you know, scary, but I'm like, I need to do this. And everything's Frankenstein. I want to go to this next piece. I want to get some more of your comments in though. Miss Matthews, she may have been, I read that. You say children don't understand. My screen just went out and came back in. Not understanding. I'm glitching. Okay, I'm glitching. Oh my God, I look like my brother right now. I don't even see me. That's my brother, dude. I'm younger and cuter. Let us understand. But what I think it glitched on is I was saying I had to just take a chance, you know, and just ask Allah to protect me. And then I read Miss Matthews. You said children don't understand the finance of adults or the politics of baby daddyism. Kids can understand anything you want them to understand. We cannot limit children. I'm going to say again for the millionth time, I need everybody to write it down. A child's mind is like a new piece of clay that you just took out the plastic. You could do anything to it. Stop saying children can't learn stuff. They're very advanced. That mind is ready for programming. It's ready. It's ready. It's ready. It's ready. It's ready. And you go on to say they could bully their sibling that may seem, again, it's all a disaster. It's all a disaster, but we have to deal in the context of what it is. No, damn it, he didn't have to take them other kids no damn food. That's a hard lesson they have to learn, so that they point the finger at mommy, her tacky ass. You see? You got all these kids, you don't have no man. So at some point, responsibility has to be taken. We can shuffle back to the kids that he should have did, no. Her ass. Both of them. But where it is now, her ass. Cheryl, yes, he's been providing for her children, but that was when they were together. Right. When I buy for my grandchild, I send on an extra item for the sibling. God love you, Miss Matthews. Alhamdulillah. That's fantastic. And indeed, we all would do it. He couldn't do that. It's too many damn kids. And they're older than this child. So use that as an excuse. He the baby. He gets. There's ways to do this. There's ways to do this. You know. And you say, I just do. I don't want, which is why I love grandmothers. I always tell you, grandmothers rule the world. That's it. That in my life, in my mind, grandmothers rule the world. Because I told you, my grandmother raised me, and I love grandmothers who. And you're articulating one of the main reasons why I love grandmothers, Miss Matthews. You know, real grandmamas, not these heifers that are 20 and still at the club. You feel me? You say, I don't want any envy or jealousy between them, no resentment. Yeah, that's optimal, you know. But they're already in hell. This is like when I give you guys the example of the crack house. Like you're in a crack house, and now we want to bitch that there's not perfect, there's not nice furniture in the crack house. It's a crack house. So this is that. They've already screwed up on every level. This is just part of it. You feel me? In this crack house, you don't get food when the other kids get food. You know, now that they are not together, he is not obligated to take care of her other children. Hell no, says Cheryl. Then I need to check before I start reading all these, because other people. Jester, shout out to you. Why so many sisters have kids with many brothers? That I don't understand. When we figure that out, Jester, I will share my millions with you, because that's worth millions. CJ, that woman needs to take her food stamps and cook meals for her children. Yeah, but she'll get them to the 11. She was letting me know. But I never understand that. Like, I don't get it. I know that there's another population of women out there that have children so they can get more money from social services. That's a small population over there. That's a village, you know. But this village that of sisters like you already got one. To me, listen, it's definitely a psychosis, because here I am, me, the Jedi, this man, this dude, my oldest niece, I'm her uncle. So how could this happen in my family? But alas, there I was. I was living in Maryland at the time, still living in Maryland. Her mother, my sister, one of my older sisters, calls me up. Well, Chanel, she didn't want to tell you, but she gonna call you. Don't say I said nothing. But she's pregnant, because this sister of mine can't hold water at all. The bitch tells everything. And so I'm getting more furious as she's telling me this on the phone, because like, you're her mother and she wasn't afraid to tell you, but here I am, her uncle. I'm a few thousand miles away in Maryland, and she's nervous to call me because I'm the fucking truth. That's why. Because anything don't just go right here. It don't. Because I'm gonna be the first one to say this is some bullshit and I don't love it. And how dare you? You see? And I did. When she called me, I said to her, to Jester's point, one of the things I said to her in that conversation is, fine, you did this, but now don't have another one because your real estate value just crashed. You feel me? I mean, there are brothers out there increasingly, but those are the Klingon types. They want to come really be one of your children. That's why I don't have no problem with your children. Because you already take care of them. She can take care of me too. These are not independent men looking to lift you up from the abyss and shit, you know. So those brothers that are out there that are okay with women that already have a bunch of children, God love them. Really, I mean that, because no matter what their faults are, at least they are a physical presence. But that don't mean shit, because you could be physically present, but if you don't have anything to bequeath or offer intellectually, or you're not helping the growth and development of the child, you empty suit. You may just stuff your body and put you in the corner. Well, look, your father's here. Look, well, look, you have a father. At least he's in the look. He's stuffed. Look, look. So I don't want to put too much real estate on that. I'm just trying to say, as I told my niece, because most men, if they're being honest, it's two things. Every time we see your child, we got to be confronted by the fact that we ain't the one that first stuck you. You feel me? And a baby came out of that. Some brothers can be really jacked up about that. That's one. And number two is I lost my train of thought trying to stack these damn points together. I'll come back to it. But my overall point is that once you have a child, your real estate value goes down. Brothers don't really want to have to deal with no kids. And he may not be ready for kids right now. He's still working it out and thinking about it. You know? So if you're a woman that's got a kid already, you should stop if you're single. Because if you plan to have a man someday, you want to keep your options more vast and more open. You don't want to be represented by a tribe of kids that you got to look at first. That he might be totally into, and as soon as it's like, but she got them damn kids. Never mind. And he may even be sincere, not really mind the kids, but his pocket can't handle it. Man, my pocket. If she just had one, man, I could have did it. I could have did it, man. Man, she got 4 kids. I don't see it. I don't really see that. So I just don't understand how these women have all these babies and you're not with no man. So I appreciate that question, Jester. CJ, you say obviously she spends quite a bit of money on herself. She has on a wig, false eyelashes, makeup, and fake nails. Take that money and buy some damn groceries. Jester, I feel you, Jedi. I share the same opinion. But when I say that to take care of themselves, they scream at me to mind my business. Yeah. That 100%, you know, not even just with this. Anytime not all of them, but many of them, you know, and maybe it's just because it's me. I haven't gotten some of the yelling I would have been eligible for, but you know, you just try and tell us anything positive, you just like, I'm just bequeathing this to you because it's just going to be good to you. I want to see you ride. They feel some type of way about it, you know, like you're the issue. I can't. CJ, you say, Jedi, you need to make cooking videos. I did one. Did you see the one I did? I want to get to our next story, but I'm trying to choose the comments because there's a lot here from Miss Matthews. And I want to read your comments, but I got to try and balance so that I can read other people's comments too, Miss Matthews. But I got you covered. I got you. That's some show to Miss Mendoza for CJ. Not understanding. Looking up the patent for that disease. Again, I'm out of context. I was trying to find which one would have put me. I think this is it. In I don't know, something book. Whoever's book, Raised by Wolves, he spoke to a family of 15 offspring, all by the same parents. Again, commonplace back then to be fruitful and multiply. And, you know, listen, that's been in even in our way. You know, I mean, we was having big families, but you have to add environment and food, all being affected by this white devil. You see? So men are not as virile. Men aren't as interested in having a bunch of kids. We could also add tight ass clothes to the fucking list too. I'm not understanding how these brothers are wearing tight ass stuff. They must not have the gift. They must not. I couldn't wear any of that. How are you wearing this shit that's that tight? How? Anyways, that will also play a role in the number of offspring that our people are producing. It's a few things, man. It's a few things, and you add to that. Now it seems, you know, if you got a bunch of kids, they all got different fathers or some shit. It's not like, you know, one set of parents and stuff. I mean, we're just all jacked up. But that's why everybody should see the video that I did called Black Men Need to Choose the Option of Being Single. I'm laying out my diagnosis in that piece because I think it sweeps across the culture and fixes everything. Because if we understand that there needs to be no such thing as dating, that's a waste of time and effort and money and everything, emotional stock and everything. What are you dating for? You're not going to marry that person. You don't know anything about marriage. You're not even interested. This is just, you've been told this is something you're supposed to do. So if we get rid of the dating, boom, no more girlfriends, no more little boyfriends. You just ended teen pregnancy. Just ended it. Because every boy will know you got to go and get your shit together. And the prize, after you get your shit together, the prize is you get a woman. You feel me? And only for marriage. I mean, you have to go and watch the video. I've already litigated it, and it fixes everything. It does. It fixes everything. Again, commonplace back then to be fruitful and multiply. Life begets life. The Jacksons. And again, us too. We're from the Midwest. They were 20 miles down the road, you know, in Gary. You know, a lot of these folks from down south, you know, a lot of us come from big families, you know, like that. It's just all changing. Miss Matthews say, have you looked up the Dr. Sebi diet also? I haven't specifically looked up the diet. I definitely have some of his videos saved on my computer after they murdered him. And I went through downloading a bunch of stuff, and I'm generally familiar with his principle. The overall principle that he is preaching is you must have an alkaline diet. You cannot be acidic. You cannot be. And you cannot have inflammation. You get rid of acidity and inflammation, you have healing and prosperity. So I'm trying to practice that principle. Looking at the patent, that disease is eye-opening. Also, it was named after the zodiac sign due to their alleged hatred of women. Cancer is the mother of the zodiac. The sign is older. That's interesting. I never thought about, like, why is it called that? Appreciate you, Miss Matthews. Books by Louis Hayes and Queen Afua, two are key. Louis Hay recommends to name it or rename it and take it to it and talk to it. Lupus has visited my Think You Mean family. You should be on that website too then, Miss Matthews. Listen, you guys, I've told you, back in 2010 when I got my prostate cancer diagnosis, the world stopped. You know, but one of the things that I did over those first 4 days when I locked myself in my house, I wouldn't answer the phone, I wouldn't open the blinds, I wouldn't eat. I sat at my computer in my underwear for 4 days, reading, learning, and studying. That's how I came across this knowledge of this milk. It's everything. It's everything. Do you understand? Because it attacks the enzyme. So if you got a car, you say, my car's making a noise. Boom, there's no key. So how's it ever going to make a noise? The key represents the enzyme. Camel's milk takes the enzyme away. What? And says, what disease? What? It's literally that. But that's why the value of going to that website. And what you also need to know is Dr. Hinkle's phone number is on the website, and she answers her own phone. Was very shocked. Have spoken to her numerous times, but the very first time that I called, I didn't know what I was. I just thought I'm going to get some. I just expected, I think, to get some bureaucracy or something. And she just went, "Hello, this is Dr. Hinkle." I'm like, what? You know? Yeah, she's extraordinary. And she's been doing the work trying to get the milk to be able to be sold commercially. She's the one that told me who I needed to call to access the milk. Because now I had all this knowledge about it's the cure and this is the answer. Now where do I get the milk? You know, don't go on Amazon. Don't order powdered milk. Don't do that. And all these other little fake, nah. This milk comes from the Amish. And they are not beholden to any of this FDA bullshit. So you get the actual milk that Allah has created without man touching it. That's the key. That's the key. And above all, this white demon. Wait, I missed this one. Miss Matthews. Moreover, the slave plantation, they force baby making machines, bucks to make. Yeah, this is classic history. Yeah, completely get rid of sugar, CJ. You got to do it. And you got to be thorough because it hides in a lot of things. So we think sugar, we just think, oh, let me put, don't use sugar. No. Or we think of soda or something like this. It's way more vast than that. Sugar is in every fucking thing on earth. You got to really be vigilant, but you could do it. You could do it. To explain why some may be prone to having so many babies out of wedlock or even livestock or love lock. Lust produces most babies. And lust is fine if that's going to be your path in life. But there's also such thing as a condom. You can have all the lust you need, you feel me? And you got to have no child, be no victim to that lust. This is the thing, and goes back to Jester's point, because it's like, okay, if you're going to sleep with these dudes and you have all, then why do you got to have a baby on top of it? One of the things that men enjoy, sadly, is no liability. Pump, we gone, that's it. We good. So if a baby has come about, we can just throw up our hands. It's not right, but that's the way it is. And so women should be able to do the same damn thing. Well, that was that, you see? Like, stop having these damn babies. Babies have the right to come into a two-parent home. If you can't provide that, then you just tell yourself, I don't get to have kids because I don't have a two-family parent home yet. And I need to offer that first right to my child. So no, I don't get to have children right now. You see? I did a pasta video, CJ. Jester, I couldn't wear either. I never understand. I must have missed one. I'm from California. So am I. Well, I'm not from California, but I live in California. And the brothers here just want to date Latina girls. I do see a lot of that. I don't know what part of Cali you're in, Jester. I'm in Southern California. I'm in the Inland Empire. I knock on wood, I can say I'm not really, I know that goes on. Like, let's say you go to Venice or something like that, you'll see more of that. But I see brothers with sisters. You know, that's what I see, and I appreciate that. You know, Rella D, shout out to you, Queen. It is my belief that the reason she had these children by different men is because maybe she felt or thought this is the one, the love of my life. And it's okay for men and women to think that. But then you got to wait and see, is that the one? You can't decide this is the one in 5 minutes. Listen, you got to be with somebody for at least 5 years. And even that 5 years won't count if you haven't lived together. Mandatory, so you should just be getting married. You understand? You should just be getting married. I like you, you like me. Fine, we'll figure it out, get married. Don't have kids yet, but stay married. At least 5 years, because you got to live in a space with another human being to see, can you stand the ass or not? You see, because it'll be wonderful when we go out on dates and it was so romantic and oh my God, he was so amazing and she was so amazing and we're just amazing. And then you live together and like, that motherfucker can't even put the toilet seat down. He don't know how to do laundry. He can't wipe his ass. I mean, just, he can't cook. He can't, I mean, and then on her end, it could be God knows what. You got to see, do you like each other as human beings? You got to come through the icky stuff. That's why I prescribe that you don't have this dating shit where you're mushy and having wine and, ooh, you're so cute when you do that. And ooh, and fuck all that. You sit down in a fucking business suit from across each other and say, bitch, what do you do? What is this? And it's a fucking job interview. That's it. No pleasantries. Everything's a job interview. And then probably about the second or third date, piss the other person off on purpose. Just bring up something and start some shit. Just start shit. Because you want to see how they handle conflict. You need to see how they handle conflict. You need to see that. They won't see it coming. They won't see it coming. They won't see it coming. But you need to see how they react. And then once you've gotten the reaction, then you let them know. You say, listen, I didn't mean any of that. I was just starting shit with you on purpose because I needed to see how you handle conflict. And if they've passed, they're going to be very happy about that. And if they failed, it's kind of a wrap, you know. But that's one thing you got to do. You got to see, do we get on? Because you're having children. As my grandmother would say, you putting the cart before the horse. So you bring on the children and we still haven't figured each other out. And you haven't been anywhere. You haven't learned anything. You haven't saved. You don't have any holdings. You have nothing to bequeath this child that you bring into the world. You nothing. It's not right, man. It's not right. But yes, to Rella's point, I do believe a lot of women got, girl, he the one. Because you got swooned. Even my fiance, my ex-fiance, that bitch. Luckily, I'm the man that I am. But the night I met her, when they were turning on lights, we were sitting to have a very good conversation. I'd gone out with some buddies of mine that night. just to relax, really. We're just gonna go out to the club and chill. And as it always happens in my life, when I'm totally not looking, that's when love comes my way. But we were having a very good conversation, and very innocently, not expecting anything, because I'm not that dude. I said, listen, if you want to come back to my place, yeah, that would, you know, we can continue talking, or we can talk tomorrow, whatever you want to do. You know, she came back to my place. My point that I'm trying to get to is I smashed the fuck out of her, and she was immediately in love. Like, I think then that was probably a weekend, maybe that next weekend, or maybe during the week, I took her out to a Chinese place because I remember having orange chicken, and like the slab of orange chicken, like it was, but it was very quick. She wanted me to move in with her. Very quick. Now, I can follow through. So that wasn't a bad risk for her. But most dudes are not me. So that wow factor will wear off. It only got better with me because when we did move in together, then she realizes my apartment she's been coming to, when we move into our own place together, I cook, I clean, I do laundry. You don't got shit you gotta do but love me. Then it was just like, oh my God, I hit the jackpot. You feel me? But that doesn't happen. So he's the one, they're coming to that conclusion quickly, but they've not done the investigation. The wow factor wears off. You were the total disaster, and now you've had a baby. And even if that is the case, then you should stop at that one. Fuck, I fucked up already. But they're just having serial babies. And what I really hate for the children most of all is that they end up with siblings that are not related to them. Like, your fathers are different. I can't. One of the things I told my dad when we had our big argument that really bonded us. But during the time I was reading him the law, I said to him, thank God, one of the things you absolutely did perfect is I know all of my siblings are related to me. You know, so there's a comfort to that, you know, like, it's too many kids out here like, oh, they got a different, it's her dad or his father or her mother or his, like, what? Y'all don't have the same, you know, it's just, nah, man. You want to tell me a parent died or something like that? You know, things happen. But okay, so you're up north, Jester. Yeah. Willa. Shout out to you, Willa. I'm doing well, and good to see you, Willa. I think I shared with you that I have an aunt, Willa, on my stepmother's side. Sharon loves ya. Shout out to you, but that's for Rella, not for me. I think we can move to our next piece. Just stop having babies, man. Like Michael Jackson said, if you can't feed the baby, then don't have a baby. And don't think maybe if you can't feed your baby, you'll be always trying. Stop that child from crying, hustling, stealing, and lying. Now baby's slowly dying. Wanna be starting something. Got to be starting something. Wanna be, got to be. But I don't know when he wrote that song, but that stands to this day. It's still valid. If you can't feed the baby, then don't have the baby. And don't think maybe if you can't feed the baby. Like, watch your ass. I want to bring this. I'm out of order now because this is not the order. But it's fine. As long as we get the information in. That's what matters. Let me bring you in. This is of course, white demon. Of course. That I want to make you aware of.
And disturb.
Wait. again, I'm not understanding how we're seeing these things and we don't have a retaliation for it. A retaliation. And I'm just over, there's some dude that's all over fucking social media. I don't know what his claim to fame is, but he talks like this and always got a hat on and nigga is every word. Every word is nigga. Nigga, and then I ain't had no problem with niggas. They so niggas. Niggas. That's every fucking word is it. I want to punch him. But why I bring him is because there's some dust up. I mean, he's always got some beef with somebody, but he's not the only one. Brothers have all this smoke for other brothers. It's all in the rap music and shit. But y'all ain't got shit to say about this white devil. No threats on the fucking white man. No threats. Not one. Not one. I'm over that. Go take the fucking real enemy out. Every time I turn around, they got all this smoke and beef for another brother. Imagine shit, because they need to feel tough. For what? You got a real enemy. You could be real tough and be a hero and everything. I can't. Anyways, this. I'm not sure where this happened. They're going to say it to us. Oh, Connecticut. A Connecticut white demon is arrested after pushing an 11-year-old boy off his bike. See, I don't understand. Because there's no amount of arresting him and any of that shit. My nephew's not 11 anymore. But it doesn't matter. Somebody pushes my nephew down now at fucking 20. I'm on my way. On my way. And I don't quit until that person no longer breathes. That's the way the shit is supposed to be. You're waiting on them to give you permission to fucking defend yourself and to teach motherfuckers not to fuck with you? I doubt it. You understand? So, you know, I can't. But hear this now.
Cell phone footage shows a bizarre and disturbing confrontation between 48-year-old James Chapman and an 11-year-old boy named Daniel. According to witness accounts, Chapman started yelling at the boy, asking him bizarre questions.
You can throw up in Connecticut? No, you didn't. So get the out of my town.
Then things escalated to a physical assault.
Get the off your foot.
Daniel's mom says she believes her son was assaulted because he's biracial.
Hear that language? Mom says she believes. No. It should be affirmative. The mother says this was definitely some bullshit. Believes it was because he was mixed. And no.
Cell phone footage shows a bizarre and disturbing confrontation between 48-year-old
James
was assaulted because he's biracial. Cell phone footage shows a
All right, I think I have another report as well. That was just one. I think there's another news report on this. Let me see if I can find that into it. I'm just not understanding, man. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand. Like, why? To me, this is like, I'm thirsty, drink water. It's that fucking basic for me. You fuck with me, I come smash your entire existence, and you don't fuck with me no more. It's that easy. It's that simple. This is why I've never had any real enemies through my life. Because I smash your shit, and I send a very strong signal. Don't come right here. Don't do that. That's how you teach people how to treat you, by what you allow. We've not taught them, stop fucking with us. We've not shown them there's a deadly consequence when you fuck with African people. And we're tired of your white ass bullshit. That's what we've not done. So he feels very comfortable costing our kids. They're costing our women. They're costing our brothers. I mean, every day I told you that what was our last stream? I opened up when I said, just as I was getting ready to set up the stuff to even do my stream, here's all the shit that I'm seeing, just that I'm choosing to show you. That's right now, not 5-10 days ago. Right now, I showed you the timestamp. This one's 2 hours. This one's 4 hours. This one's 6 hours. This one's whatever. And it's in all sectors, from a bitch fucking with a child in a school to it's something else, to it's the police. It's white people every fucking place. It's time to smash their shit and tell them leave us the fuck alone. There has to be a heavy consequence for any white person approaching any person of color. African. Fuck these POC ass people. We're not interested in that. Black only, bitch. Black only. Now, I think I have another one on that. Or it might be the other one. I may have thought I had two of those. This is another one. First, I'll play this one because I mentioned this one in my opening. This one first. This now goes back to smashing your shit. We didn't smash the fuck out of the entire precinct in Baltimore after they murdered Freddie Gray. So you, as I've told you a million times, every time something happens to another one of us, our people, we all have blood on our hands. Because as long as we sit around as cowards and don't do shit, you're just opening the door for the next victim at any level of their fucking white evil ass society. And this is no different. This now, I don't know what state it's in. It's going to tell us. This is Freddie Gray all over again.
Please help.
Officer Diaz eventually stops to check on Cox.
Wait, does it start? Wait.
Please.
Okay, I thought there was another video where you saw him fly.
Officer Diaz eventually stops
But
to check on Cox.
He's been arrested for nothing. He's in the back of one of these fucking police vans now, and the fucker has slammed on the brakes and claimed he was trying to avoid an accident. When do police ever slam on their brakes to avoid an accident? I live in California. There's a fucking police chase on TV every goddamn day in this bitch. They interrupt all programming for a fucking police chase across every local channel. I've never seen them slam on the brakes for anything. Ever in my life. Ever. Ever. So they don't get the benefit of the doubt. We know what it is. This was on purpose, and we smashed their entire shit. That's the way it's supposed to happen. But when they know it's just going to be an investigation and people standing around asking questions and bringing arms, they'll just continue to do the shit. You have to smash their shit, man. I'm over it.
Can you move at all?
I can't move.
Wow, how your leg is all the way up there?
Listen to how he's talking to him, as if he's just so incredulous. He has no idea how this happened. This is the forked tongue of this white devil. You understand? The incarnate of evil. I saw some sister on Instagram, and she's talking about, she's one of these Christian people acting like there's some evil force that's somewhere. No, this is the fucking evil force. This is evil, everybody. It walks, it breathes, it has blonde hair, smells like a dog when it's wet, and mostly has blue eyes. That's what the fucking devil is. This is not a mystery.
Please help.
Officer Diaz eventually stops to check on Cox.
Can you move at all?
I can't move.
Wow, how your leg is all the way up there?
Understand me. Listen, brother.
All right, I can't move you, so I have to hold on. I'm gonna have to call get an ambulance.
Then he gets back in the car and calls an ambulance.
Okay, I'm going to have to tell paramedic, like, I'm being procedural. There's not enough of the asses dying, dude.
Ambulance while driving to the station.
Cox, either we can move you or you can wait till AR with you.
See this bitch? It's always some fat bitch with a top bun with her fucking hand on her hip and shit. That bitch needs to go back home and find that her house has been leveled. Do you understand? That's where we're at. It's a quiet war that's consistent. It's kind of like I'm trying to think of some insect that creeps up on you or some shit, or even alligators. They sneak up on your shit, dude. You don't even see them coming. They're coming the whole time. You could see them if you're noticing, but they do it so methodically and so silently and very sneaky. You don't even know, and they're on you. You see, that's what this white devil is doing. Every fucking day, they're maiming and killing us. We have no answer for this shit. I can't. That's why I know I've said to you, I have to get out of this country because I am not taking this shit anymore. Do you understand? And if my brothers aren't going to be with me, then damn it, I'm ready to go by my fucking self. As long as I take somebody bitch asses with me, I'm ready. But you're going to sit around and be boiled in the fucking pot like the proverbial frog the rest of your goddamn life. That's what you're going to do. That's what you're going to do. And you'll be mystified and amazed. I can't believe they doing such and such now. Bitch, they've been doing it since before 1619.
At the station, officers uncuff Cox and try to talk him through moving on his own.
Can you roll on the right side of your
As if they have no clue. The guy is laying on his face.
Oh, listen, I was like that.
Come on, or we're gonna pull you out.
You gotta drive me and go to God home.
Eventually, officers put him in a wheelchair.
All this theatrics is for the fucking cameras. And then they treat him like this. You're not supposed to move somebody, but they don't care. So when I hear that, I don't think it was 3 or 4 of them that were finally fucking killed in Kentucky recently. Allahu Akbar. Glory be to Allah. There was the chief, you know, they just understand this is human life. Oh, now it's human life when one of your fake asses gets fucking murdered. Finally. Finally. That's the problem. Now enough of their bitch asses are dying.
Process him and then drag him into a cell.
Look how they're
now,
treating him.
Officer Diaz and Sergeant Betsy Segu, who was in charge of lockup
He's
that
paralyzed.
night, are on paid administrative leave, pending internal investigation.
Please. Help.
So we're going to wait for an internal investigation? We're going to wait? We're going to wait again for an internal investigation that hands you, oh my God, didn't see it coming. No fucking justice. More importantly, no revenge. We seek revenge now. Fuck justice. We need goddamn revenge. Tit for a fucking tat. Then there's this. Because this is the incarnation of evil. The definition of evil and deception is these fucking people. You'll never get anything fuzzy and nice out of me over demons. Because that's some fantasy, and I don't deal in fantasy.
Can we see some ID?
No, what for?
I just
What's your probable cause to ask me for ID?
It does not have a handicap placard.
Read the plate, man. You don't even.
Now, these two white devils, the person we don't see is a black dude. He's also a police officer. And he's in some type of uniform that would signify that to them. But this is still how they treat him, but how he treats them.
I know what you're talking about. DV. That's disabled veteran plate. We can park in handicapped spots.
Let me see some ID, please.
No.
I have never seen anybody wear a police academy
That's your
graduation
business.
after
That's your
they
business.
graduate.
I wear it all the time.
And notice they're both lard asses, because as I've been consistent to point out to you forever, there's no such thing as an in-shape fucking cop anymore. Lard ass, dumb bitch. You're a cop. That's it. You're eligible. Who needs that? All that training at the academy, all that strenuous exercise and physical agility. Oh, no, quick. Just give you a badge and a gun. Go kill people. You don't need to run after anybody. Just shoot.
Do my training. And I can do that because I'm a graduate. I can wear the uniform.
Have
I
you
can
been
wear it.
certified as a police
Of course.
officer?
I have my certification. What are you talking about? Contact T-Cole. Why don't you contact them? You saw my name. Call T-Cole.
TCOL stands for Texas Commission on Law Enforcement, which serves as a regulatory agency for all peace officers in Texas.
Yeah, run it. If he's the captain, he should have known that, but he didn't. He just saw this, and he saw this, and he wanted to make a problem. That's your reputation there, Joshua. Come on, man. Yes, it is. How many black officers you got? One.
Yeah.
Who says who? My certification doesn't say expired. You want it to be expired because you see brown skin. So take a walk. Walk of shame. Walk of shame, Captain. Don't run up on me again. Don't ever you run up on me again. You understand?
And then it repeats. But here's what's also illustrative about that clip. Is it also proves something that I've also tried to scream from the mountaintop. These people run like the roaches that they are when you finally put up a resistance. They come expecting a soft target. Fine, he's a police officer. But if you mean it and you put up the resistance, you're going to be successful. Because one thing I know about the attributes of coward-ass, demonist-ass white people is that they come in a group or they come armed. That's the only way they feel tough against an African person. In a group or armed. Because we're better than them at every fucking thing. And we're innately stronger than them in everything. Better shooters, better anything. Any test points you want to discuss, we have the goods. We have it. There was a video that I sadly don't think I have anymore, or I didn't save it or something. But there was this little girl. It was nothing but little white bitches. It was I think it was a 100-meter or 200-meter dash. And they hit the gun. All the white girls took off. She was the only black one. Little girl. A stinker. Her shoe was untied. Yeah, kids that take them from untie his shoe. She had to stoop down and they can't just do it because they're kids. Their fingers don't work that fast. And she ended up, and they were gone. She dusted them as if they had been the ones left at the fucking gate. Then recently I saw there was a kid. He's the only black kid out there. It's soccer. He's dusting every fucking body on the field. He's the only black person out there, this little kid. You think this is, do you think this is an aberration? You think this is a mystery? Something, oh my God? No. This is indicative of who we are at every sector, in anything that we do. You understand? I always tell you, we have more than one of anything, though there's always a standout, everybody. And in the creation of humanity, we're the fucking standout, bitch. That's it. That's just the fact of it. Nobody looks better than us. Nobody has we're first. We're the Israelites on top of that. I mean, you can just go down the list. We're it. We're the number one it. We're the it one. We're the fucking Chinese spoon in the drawer. It's us. It's us. So we're letting this inferior thing terrorize us every day and demonize us as well. You gotta have an answer for this shit. As I tell you, you must have an or else. Is this it? No. What's this? Oh, I did have another report on that. I thought I did. Allahu Akbar. On this, the pushing down of the kid. Share. I'm just getting tired of it, man. Like, I'm not going to live. I'm not 21. I'm not going to live out my life, even for the duration of time I'm in this fucking godforsaken piece of shit ass fucking country, and have any white person, whether they got a Halloween costume on or not, no white person walks over me. No white person disrespects me. I don't allow it. Do you understand? I don't allow it. I don't allow it. Me, I don't. I'm the boss of me. I'm the captain of this vessel. I say what the fuck goes on. It's me. It's me. Look.
This video shows 11-year-old deep.
This is their level of hatred. These are a hateful ass fucking people. The very definition of hate is fucking white people. This is an 11-year-old kid. This is what he does. Because he feels tough. Oh, subhanallah. It's Corindo, y'all. Corindo, I only answer this because I'm actually live right now. I'm literally on camera. Yeah, I certainly will. I promise. All right, bye-bye. That's crazy. Again, the kid is not armed, and the white devil feels like he has an advantage. Otherwise, that's it. That's why you got to teach your kids, fuck all this love and be fair to everybody. You got to teach them, anybody disrespecting you that don't look like you, strike on their shit and we'll back you up. Do whatever you got to do. We got your back.
First student Daniel Duncan pushed off his bike to the ground Monday.
Look.
A prior video that day shows 48-year-old Jamison Chapman angrily confronting Duncan.
Get the fuck out of here. Dude, where did you throw up? You
You see?
Daniel's mother, Desiree, believes this is a hate crime and that this video proves it. Daniel is biracial. Desiree says her son and a friend were biking in town when the man accidentally bumped into them, then took his anger out on Daniel.
Dude, where did you grow up? Did you grow up in Connecticut? No, you didn't. So get the fuck out of my town. Get the fuck out of my town.
Moments later, Daniel was shoved. Once Daniel told his mother what happened, Desiree called police and showed them the video. Later that night, police arrested 48-year-old.
Look at this piece of shit. You see? It's all white people, everybody. I don't make no fucking distinction. It's all of them. Because you're the same dumb ass that will walk in the middle of a fucking pit of snakes and go, they all can't be bad. And you'll be a dead bitch in the fucking snake pit because they all bitch your shit.
James Chapman. He's charged with assault, risk of injury, and breach of peace. He made bail.
No, I want child endangerment and terroristic threats. Terroristic acts.
And is back in town.
This happened just weeks.
I want hate crime.
Weeks after a message was left on a town sign with derogatory terms towards people of color. First Selectman Angus McDonnell says it's unacceptable.
Get the fuck off your bike.
This video shows 11-year-old Deep River student Daniel.
So let me go out and just push some little fucking white 11-year-old kid down. Why not? See what the difference will be. Because we're not testing their hand. Oh, you did that? Boom, I did the shit. Now what? What? Now what's the rule? Now what's the rule? Now what's the rule? I did it too. Now what's the rule? You see? You got to force the fucking hand. Damn it.
Duncan pushed off his bike to the ground Monday. A prior video that day shows 48-year-old Jameson Chapman.
I think it's replaying now. That's the other thing with these. You don't know when they stop because they don't have a thing. I just want to make sure we saw the entire report. I think we saw it. I think we did. I want to move to this other one now because wait, no. Oh, I did that one. Oh, yeah. Then there was a lynching also. I'm just sick and tired of fucking white people breathing. I don't need to make any fucking excuse for that or any apology. Fuck that. Because when they have even the slightest inconvenience, they feel like they're just being oppressed and they can't go on. But yet they're dishing out fucking all this shit every single fucking day, and I'm over it. I don't have any love for any of them at all. They are all the same to me. That is my right, and that's what's sane. Do you understand? Is the man, is the child, is the woman who has been mauled by a fucking pit bull the same as someone who has not? They are not. So you just see like a little pinche chihuahua. And you're like, oh, but it's just a chihuahua. It's okay. It's fine. You're like, no, bitch. I was mauled by a fucking pit bull. I don't want to have shit to do with dogs. I'm done. That just would be it. I'll give you another one. You go to a restaurant. Oh, my God, there's a hair and a worm and a roach in your fucking salad. Next time, somebody's saying, we should go out to eat. Like, nah, I'm cool on that now. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I don't need to. But that was just one restaurant. But that's what can happen. So I'm good. You see? So why are we making that same connection when it comes to fucking white people? Because you have these desperate ones in your face who need your fucking energy to exist. So they're just trying to fall over themselves to prove, please accept me. No, fuck that. You have to suffer for the fucking acts of your people. Current and past. Because it's not like the shit stopped. It's on. It's on. It's on. They know it's on. They know it. They're depending on you not knowing it. Wait, I just saw something else I was supposed to bring you. Aha! But before I do that, if you want to find something, look for something else, everybody. That's the moral to the story. Here's the one of the little kids I was telling you about, dusting fucking white kids, inferiors. You need to be telling your children, fuck that, love everybody, and we're all the same. You need to tell them, you're better than them in every fucking way.
Complaining about.
Oh, it's got Cat Williams over it. I don't need that, so we're going to just kill the sound. Check out this little kid. He's the only black one out there. He's dusting everybody. Murdering. Look. There's no need for anybody else to be out there. He's one black child. One. Look at these little fucking inferior white kids. They can't do a fucking thing. Nothing. This is the greatness of our people, no matter what we do. That illustrates it right there. That's a metaphor for life in general. There's no place in paradise for these fucking people. Do you understand? I thought I had the little girl that dusted everybody. And, oh my God, I do. I think they're saying, go nay or something. I don't know what her name is. It's something standard, though. But watch this. Just so you know that the soccer kid was not some aberration. Oh, there's no way that was normal, but until it is. Go ahead. Now let's see. It says her shoes came off at the start of the race, but instead of quitting, she did this.
She ran out her shoes.
She's still over there. Now she just started running.
Go,
Lele.
Lele. Go, Lele.
Look. Look at the white kid.
Let's go, Lele.
Look at the white kid. They're all ahead. They're all ahead of them. Here comes Lele down the center. There comes Lele. Not only to catch up, but to entirely look like they were the ones who had their shoe untied. She murdered. Murdering. Murdered. Murder. Do you understand? We are all Lele. Do you understand what I'm telling you? She murdered. She murdered. So for all them white parents that thought my child has a chance until Lele dusted their shit. You see? And indeed, that's what we do in everything. But they're always, I have to always quote Michael and Janet, changing the rules while I'm playing the game. That's what they do. We can't, so write something else. Standard. I'm glad I found that clip, that I did have it. I did have it saved. Because I think the value of that was very, I think that was valuable. True. Oh, I could, how far are we in now? We're not at 2 hours. I could use this. Just because, why not? I should show this. Just to show the level, in case there would dare be some Negroes that don't understand the fury that's coming out of me. If you're not this level of fury as an African melanated person, this bitch, you are a problem, I proclaim to you. Don't say, I just don't let stuff get me. Fuck that, because stuff is getting you. You don't have a choice. You don't have it. You don't have it. You don't have it. So this now is another glaring example of the daily evil, the widespread collusive, constant harassment and attack upon African people by these white devils. And here's something else they found.
By a local scout troop is receiving criticism, not because of anything they heard, but because of what they saw.
And they took the little kids, this Cub Scout troop, down.
They take the Cub Scout troop to the fucking precinct. And apparently they also showed them where they do the shooting at.
I guess in the basement where they do the target practice. And their targets were all black men.
Fearing backlash, a family whose...
You see, again, why are we plotting their demise in our quiet time together? But niggas want to talk about bitches and sports and grit on another nigga or some fucking rap music or some bullshit. We need to be conniving on this enemy. Because every time the curtain is pulled back, we see that this is what they're doing. Like, I can't. But wait, it gets worse.
Child was a part of that trip, contacted attorney Dion Webster Cox to speak out on their behalf to express outrage over why the only images used in the target practice are those of black men.
Why is there no diversity? I don't see how any black man walking in Farmington is going to be, I don't know how they're safe.
She started researching the Farmington Hills Police Department and learned that a former black police officer on the force filed a complaint charging racial bias against this department in 2021. And that's not the only thing she found out.
In July of 2021, the ACLU has sent a FOIA request over to the Farmington Hills Police Department and requesting about how money had been spent regarding, I guess, target practice.
The attorney says the results of the request show that the Farmington Hills Police Department is not using all the materials they ordered for target practice.
They ordered this target, but they had a lot of groups. They had Caucasians, they had, it was very diverse. Now, how is it you ordered this, but the only one that you're actually using is the black man?
A recent field trip to the Farmington Hills Police Department by a local scout troop is receiving criticism, not because of anything they heard, but because of what they saw.
And they took the little kids, this Cub Scout troop, down, I guess in the basement where they do the target practice. And their targets were all black men.
Fearing backlash, a family whose child was a part of that trip contacted attorney Dion Webster Cox to speak out on their behalf to express outrage over why the only images used in the target practice are those of black men.
Why is there no diversity? I don't see how any black man walking in Farmington is going to be, I don't know how they're safe.
She started researching the Farmington Hills Police Department and learned that a former black police officer...
All right, it's repeating. Headshot information, I will collapse before you. It would be dramatic, but I don't look my best, so I don't want to. But what I'm trying to say is, so I'm consistent. Jews don't like Nazis, as they shouldn't. And I just brought you a piece the other day of the 101-year-old bastard. 101, they were literally wheeling him out to give him 5 years for some shit he did during the Nazi concentration camps in during the Holocaust and all of it. That's valid. So is this rage and anger. This is valid because my Nazi walks around every fucking day, and I get to have to read many reports about my Nazi every fucking day. See, the Jew shit was 3.5 to 4 years, beginning, a middle, and an end. In one place at one time with a particular group of people, it was over. That's it. My shit is ongoing. You think they'd be relaxing in Provence or something right now if Nazis were still fucking on their shit? I doubt it. They even wanted their own nation. They didn't want to stay where it happened. But we have to live at the crime scene every fucking day while the crime is still being committed. Wake up. Wake up. See the shit that's in front of you. I always say the happy Negro is the ignorant Negro. That's a tall tale sign that you have no idea what's going on. I got something else I want to bring you, but I don't want these comments to get too voluminous, so I want to come back and see where I left off at. And I'm just going to run the air for a blaster, and then I'll turn it off. I think this is where I'm at. Because that was to Rella. I think I'm at CJ. It would be great if marriage was priority like it used to be. Yeah. And it still is. To those of us who submit to the way that God has prescribed for mankind. Do you understand? Listen, I'm not that bad to look at. I'm educated. I'm talented. I'm witty. I have a lot of good points going on for me. I'm totally independent. I should have sisters coming in and out of here like a fucking revolving door. The only reason why I don't is because the day of judgment matters to me. This is temporary. This has a beginning, a middle, and a fucking end. But the afterlife is forever. And I don't want my station of existence to be in hellfire with these fucking devils. Do you understand? So Muslims only engage for the purpose of marriage. There is no dating. There's no dating. When we engage with you, we're trying to find out if you like me, I like you, see where you at, where am I at, do I have it, do you have it? Do I understand my responsibility and rights to you, etc., etc.? And we just make it happen. You see, the divine is not here for the mushy stuff. Not here for it. We're here to procreate and to submit. The other stuff is bonus. You see, I've done that, and I will talk more about it. But yeah, it still is that way amongst those who understand, those who know. But we wish that at least our people could get to that. Start making that the standard in the home again. You know, it used to be a time when you shame boys. You better not go out and get no girl pregnant. Like, that's the worst thing you could do. It's the worst. Now you're seen as the dude if you did that. What happened? That's to Jester. They are brainwashed. They are beautiful Afro. There are beautiful Afro Kariya women. That's the truth. And there's no excuse. No black man has any excuse to date any other heifer, because we come in every hue. You want extremely light? We have that. You need Whoopi Goldberg? We have that. We have it. We have it. We have it. We have it. Sharon, you say right back at you, love. He sure did sing that. Was I singing? Who sang? You go on, you say you speak with much life experience and wisdom. I pay attention, you know, Sharon, and my background is growing up as a child. I had good parents, and primarily I had my grandmother, who was the queen of my entire existence in this realm, and for all eternity, you know. And when you give a child the right principles, that's how they go forward in life. It's that simple. It really is, you know. There were expectations, there were boundaries, and, you know, all of that growing up. So I just brought that forward, you know. You look at the Jackson family. They're from the Midwest just like us. There's 9 of them too. Nobody's in jail. Nobody's got a criminal record. Nobody's strung out on alcohol and drugs. No. You see, because Catherine don't play and Joseph did not play. They don't do that. They don't do that. I come from the stock of your parents are God, and what they say is what it is. Even to this day, I don't get too haughty with my elders. I just don't do that. You say, that's Jester. I miss Malcolm X. Oh, don't even get me started, Jester. That's my king. I woke up thinking about the Willie Lynch letter this morning. I have a whole piece that I did here on the channel reading the actual Willie Lynch letter because I was just sick and tired of hearing about it and talking about it and quoting it and stuff like that. I'm like, let me just actually find the letter and show it to my people. And I did. We know who are the real bullies. Yeah. There's a piece here on the channel. It's from Anderson Cooper and a team. It's over a course of, I don't know, months or years or whatever it was, all grade levels. They were studying bullying. Who goes to school and starts all the shit? White kids. That's white people finding this information, which I already knew that. I didn't need a study. I am the study. I have it. But they proved it. That it's the white kids who start all the shit. All the shit. That it's the black kids who are more likely to be your friend and invite you over to lunch and, you know, all the shit. But that's not just in school, that's in life. I've told you till I'm blue. Show me anything, I'll show you a right hand. All of the strife, all of the division, all of the injustice, all of the homelessness, all of the war, anything you're going to name, I'll show you a right hand. They are the problem to all of humanity. To all of humanity. But I only care about us. Jester, my cousin was like that and was murdered by the cops. I'm so sorry for your loss, first of all. And, you know, sadly, too many of us have a story. Sharon, that is right, especially since Freddie Gray did nothing. Exactly. They did the same thing to Freddie Gray, but we didn't smash the fucking precinct to dust. And when we had the pictures of the murderers, we didn't go and flatten their entire families. So that's why this brother has to be now paralyzed from the chest down. We cannot play by the rules, everybody, because we understand there are no rules. There aren't any rules. It's just whatever they say at that moment. We're supposed to just continue to just die? I don't think so. It's time to put up a fucking resistance. Sharon, they eat free when going to restaurants and they rely on their guns. That's it. Don't pull shit else. Oh, unless you're not black. You say Jewish when they pull over a black man in my city, there are 3 police cars behind the car. That's standard. They always have to bring out a precinct for us. For like a tail light. It's like 80 cars behind you. I wrote Jedi and it changed to Jewish. Oh well. Well, I am a Semitic Israelite, so there is that detail. So maybe the universe was doing some things. Melanin. Do the dissertation for me, Miss Matthews. Which song was that by Michael and Jack? Scream. Yeah. Makes me want to scream. With attribution, victimized within a scheme. You try to cope with every lie they scrutinize. Oh, Father, please have mercy. J9. The sun is going to burn them the fuck up. It's just not doing it fast enough for me. I'm just need something faster. Just gonna need that. Just gonna need it. Cheryl, hey, I'm back, Jedi. I had to step away for a while. Well, I'm glad you're back, Cheryl. All right, let me cue this other piece that I want to bring. Oh, I was trying to look for the video. I'll just start to set it up verbally in case I don't have the video. This dude, it's all a big deal, and this will bring my temperature down a little bit too. There they are, making all this brouhaha over this brother who's worked at Burger King, please, for 27 years. He's never missed a day. That's why it's such a big deal. Ooh, in 27 years, you never missed a day. Okay, that's fine. So they give him like this little goodie bag. Where is it? No. They give him like this little goodie bag. You know, like with rolls of lifesavers and, you know, like really some bullshit. Like you're like, really? That's what you, I mean, what? And so I see, I don't know if this, the report, it's not a report. Let me just show you. So you at least have a visual. And I'm thinking, wait, how the fuck are you at a goddamn Burger King for 27 years and you weren't promoted? So it's not like a manager, it's just play. But it doesn't play. There's not, it's not a play. Anyway, Kevin Ford worked for Burger King for over 27 years. On his salary, he put 4 daughters through college. Burger King gifted him 1 movie ticket, a large bag of Reese's Pieces candy, 2 keychains, bitch, for his services. His daughter started a GoFundMe and raised $248,000 for her father. So, ream of Allah for his daughter. However old she is, to realize, wait, this is some bullshit. But I think the bigger question is, in 27 years, how come you're not a manager? And why it stands out to me also is because in every report that I've seen, and I'm mad that I thought I saved an article, or I mean a news report. Nobody brings that up. Well, how come he wasn't promoted in 27 years? How come he's not a manager? How come he's not fucking regional fucking manager? 27 years, bitch, at Burger King? Nah, that's the story. You see, that's the story. That's the story. But now he gets 248 grand out of it. Not bad. Not bad. So the universe was looking out for him. You know. And ream of Allah for his daughter. You know. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله turn this bell off. Allahu Akbar. Alhamdulillah. Yeah, I'm just over it, man. Just really over it. Show you, I read that. He went to work acting like a slave for 27 years and ain't call out one day. What the fuck? that's his fault for acting like a slave. You know, I'm just stuck on how you weren't promoted. Like, why aren't you a manager? 27 years, over 27 years, not understanding. 27 years a slave at Burger King without a single solitary job promotion. It ain't that much dedication in the damn world. Well, you know, and I'm not even begrudging him for working at Burger King. I mean, get a coin however you got to get it. But 1 and 1 equals 2 also. You know, and if you're at the bitch for 27 years, you should have something to show for that, you know. But it also goes to show that when you don't show your fangs, this is what happens. And oh, by the way, how many people came in there that he saw get hired and go past him over the 27 years that he's been there? Listen, my first official job, because I had 3 other jobs before this, but my official first job, like go to work, clock in every day type thing. Well, technically my paper route was that, but that's something else. So we'll just leave it at this one. So there's a chain of restaurants here in California known as Jack in the Box. And I was there for 3 years, but I became a manager in I feel like it was after a year. Why I mention it now is because there was this fucking this bitch from Thailand. Tatima was her name. She kind of looked like a man, but English was not her first language. She definitely couldn't say my Arabic name at all. But the white devil had, I don't know if he had a thing with her or something, but this bitch was about to become a manager. I'm like, no, that's not happening. No. And I made sure that didn't happen. Do you understand? I got my fucking promotion. But over 27 years, there must have been many Tatimas that came in that went past him at a Burger King. Not understanding. Miss Christie, companies will use you until you drop dead. That's the truth. And that's why I prescribe for anyone. Here's the other thing too, everybody. That's the other reason why you got to get out of America. I was listening to some ladies yet again yesterday. Could have been the day before yesterday. I'm going to say yesterday. But they're in Gambia. And the one lady, one of the sisters, she began to cry. She's, to your point, she was saying, you know, in America, you live to work. You know, she's in Gambia now. She has a business. Here she was an attorney, and she had some other entrepreneurial things that she was doing. But she was saying, for the first time, I can just, like, people live life. They just live life. They live. I know that, not just about Gambia, but I know that about the continent. You know, they're not, you hear a lot of these unsophisticated Negroes that go to Africa, say, you know, you go to a restaurant or something, nobody just immediately comes over to you and takes your order and shit. You might be sitting there for an hour. That's not an exaggeration. Because they just have a different understanding of existing. You know, this whole idea of customer service is not really something they are interested in. Like, I see you. You know, and there's not all of this working yourself to death. Life is first. Life is first. Life is first. And you're never going to get that here, you know? If you're going to ever have peace and real freedom, you're going to have to get out of here. You're going to have to. You don't have a choice. It's not optional. It's either you don't want it or you do want it. That's your options. So there's no middle ground for all that bullshit. You either do it or you do not. That's it. You want it or you don't want it. There is no kind of fuck that. You want it or you don't. Do you understand? And we all deserve that. You know, I don't want to live out my life only having known this way of existing. Because this is not humanity. This is not it. This isn't it. Cheryl to Miss Christie. Miss Christie to Cheryl. And I'm glad you mentioned that to Cheryl. When you say, Miss Christie, you say, I'm planning to leave my job. One of the sisters that was there, she hadn't even been to Africa at all. Just on the, this lady, I guess they're friends or whatever. She quit her job, sold her house. That's it. Moved to Gambia. And she's happy as Beulah the cow. That's it. You know, it's like you don't even know something is even on the other side until you get it. You know, it could be just something that you never ate. You never had it. You never thought about it. And you ate it and you go, damn, this is the best fucking thing I've been missing out. That's it. Such is the case, you know. Such is the case. You're going to have to get out of here, man. You know. And then some of the women were saying, you know, when they see police there, they actually feel safe. There's no anxiety that goes on, you know, they just feel like it's nothing, you know. Tony and Ayo that are in Ghana, the couple, you know, they were even saying, because Tony has been stopped by the police, I think more than once now. But certainly this first account that they were giving, you know, it was just like, it was more like the police were just wanted to just scold him for something he'd done wrong. Like as if, you know, like you would scold somebody over something, not because I'm better than you or I'm a police, you know, it's just very human. Like it's this, that's what I tell you, man, the white man is the devil, everybody. So everything that we know in articulation, from how we eat to what we eat to how we think about showering and bathing and living and all these sorts of things, how you do everything has been dictated by them. You don't know there's another way to express yourself as a human being completely, that is more in line with your vibration and your natural flow of energy on earth. Just natural. Just natural. Natural. There's this one sister, she was making, I knew I wouldn't remember the name of it. It's this delicious creamy drink that everyone simply has to have. She makes nothing almost. You would look at it and go, that's all you make? Girl, you know. But there's this nut that she uses. It's a whole way. Like anytime I see African, particularly African women, but some of the men too, damn it. But everything's in a bowl and they got to pound up a bunch of shit and a million ingredients go in and you got to do this process and that process. But that's how they cook. That's how they're preparing a meal. Is preparing a meal. There's none of this, oh, it takes 3 minutes in the microwave and you just fucking eat. No, bitch. And this particular drink that she was fixing actually also is a natural aphrodisiac. It's delicious. Some people, and then some of the way that some people eat is like a porridge. It's, I mean, this is just one example, but she gets up at the very wee hours of the morning because she has to go to this mill where they're going to process these, I think it's nuts. It's either nuts or beans or something. And if you don't get there early, because they process other stuff there. So if you are one of these people that does something like this, you have to get there early because otherwise this drink will take on that taste of something that's been in there before. They clean the mill at night. So if you're there first thing, like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, you're fresh. You feel me? They've already cleaned everything. It's all good. And your stuff can come through. So she's get up very early. And, you know, It's very time consuming, very labor intensive. And then when she's done, she pours everything into these cups, puts the top on them. And then there's this box with a door to it. And it's glass. And she sits that whole thing on top of her head. And that's the other thing that kills me. Any country I see, they walk around like that. Not like me and you would be like, wait, don't make me laugh. They don't do none of that. They just walking along and having conversation, doing it, and their shit does not move. And they have like pounds of shit on top of their head, dude. This is what we come from, everybody. Just even something like that is an observation of the physical stature of a people. That it's just that normal. I saw a brother in Accra, Ghana. They were just doing some street interviews, and this young brother, he can't be more than 16, maybe he's 18, I don't know. But he comes there from the northern region because they can make more money in Accra. I forget what he was selling, but he had one of these big ass things up his head. He's out there yelling or laughing and joking with the YouTubers that were there interviewing him. And he's got a big rack of shit on top of his head, like a big ass thing. You feel me? We come from a people that get it done, man. They get it done. People survive and provide at a level that you don't understand or even imagine or think about. You know, you look at them and go, oh, they have to work so hard. But guess what? They have a quality of life. They have time to spend at the beach and go fishing, whatever. You see, they have time because they're not chasing this almighty fucking dollar, you know, and there's all these rules and regulations and shit. So if you really just want to go down to the fucking ocean or the river and just fish every day and bring something home for your family, you good. People in Africa don't have mortgages, everybody. Again, this is supposed to be the greatest place to live. I own a house and fuck you. You don't own a house because you'll never own that fucking land that's under it. And even if you do, you'll still be paying tax on that bitch. You buy a house in Africa, you buy some land, you own that outright. Nobody's coming to ask another dime from you. Nothing. There's nothing else to pay unless you're going to get like water and the shit you need to have services brought in. But if you go out there and dig a well and you get your own water, then you good. No water bill. We good. Or if you want to put up one of them big ass plastic containers that you see in most African countries that catch the natural rainwater, and you have a whole system that's where your water comes from for your toilet, your sinks, and all that stuff, your bath, you're good. You're good. And if you can get some solar, then you don't even have an electric bill. So what are we talking about? What? Yeah, like you don't need a lot to be fully sustained and be happy above all. That's it, man. That's it. That's it. That's how I want to live. That's it. That's it. To any of you guys that follow me on Jedi Africa, I put out another video yesterday. I put out an update video over there. And I want to say generally to everybody, because my nephew is now going with me. I'm not doing like the fundraiser from hell like I did last time. I don't have the emotional fortitude for that. I just say generally, and I'm not going to do another GoFundMe because 100% of GoFundMe doesn't go to the cause because although it's very small, GoFundMe does get a percentage. You understand? It's very minimal, but nonetheless, you're not getting 100%. So Cash App, I'm asking everyone to donate what you can. No amount is too small because I'm not going to Florida this month as I thought I was. I have to scrap seeing my best friend. I explained that in the video on Jedi Africa. But what I'm trying to say to you, my nephew is just getting started in life. He doesn't have any financial oeuvre. So he's working. His jobs that he's working now, he's doing DoorDash, and he's also working at McDonald's. In fact, he was a manager at McDonald's, and then he transferred to another McDonald's. And the white bitch that's there is acting like she doesn't recognize the fact he's already been a manager, and so she needs to die. That's something else. There may be a hit team on her. I can't talk about it. But anyway, so I'm expecting to have to carry the cost, and it's very expensive to fly to Africa, everybody. You know, if you go, when we're done today, go and do a search from wherever you live to any place except Africa. Do multiple places and see the price results you get. Then go and put in any country in Africa that just comes to your mind and see the price difference. So we're going to be faced with covering the cost of my nephew from, because remember, this was supposed to be a solo trip. His flight from, he lives in upstate New York, in Buffalo. So we have to fly him from Buffalo to JFK. My flight is already from LAX to JFK to Senegal. Well, it was supposed to be Ghana. Now it's going to be Senegal. We have to arrange his flight at JFK so that it's my same layover. So we leave JFK together to the continent. I'm trying to raise probably $2,000, everybody. And that cost will become, make sense to you when you go and do a search on cheap tickets or anybody you want to look at, Travelocity, whoever you go through. Just look and see how much the fuck it is to fly to fucking Africa. So I'm going to ask everybody that can give to give what you can for this. You know, we should be able to knock this out, but you know, we went through with our original fundraiser. I'm just asking everybody to step up. And if we have strength in numbers, then nobody has to give a lot. You know, I mean, if we just, it's a basic principle. It's a basic principle, you know. So anticipating that you may drag your ass, I am not going to Florida, because if I go by train, that's $600 plus. I already checked the price and called everybody I needed to call. But it's going to be more than that, because I'll have to, because I'm on the train for, I think, 2.5 days or something like that. I have to do stuff, and there's layovers. So there's incidental money that's coming into play for that. Then once I get to Florida, just the time that I'm going to be there with my best friend, obviously you're going to have incidental money while you're there. Well, I got to think about this. So I've scrapped that, you see. I checked flying, but to fly for me, which I will do that in November when we go to the continent, but I'm not paying Uber $180 to go to fucking Ontario Airport or LAX. That's an expenditure, not doing it, you see. And then on top of that, the flights weren't really that reasonable anyway. I think it was still another $600, you know, just to go to Florida and back. Or was that one way? Don't quote me. Then I also, last ditch effort, I thought, let me try Greyhound. They can't want anything. Well, it's $238 one way. That's cute. But it's $350 coming back, plus an additional $20 for the processing of your ticket when you buy the ticket, and then $3 per train, per passenger for each way for service or maintenance or some shit the bitch was telling me. So you're over $600 on train. I mean, you know. So that's $600 or $700 or $1,000, whatever the fuck it is that I need to save, you understand? So that if I can't raise, if I can't get your help, then this is one of the things, you understand? Because again, on this side of the water is still American money. This money is not really, oh my God, until we get to the continent. That's when it becomes like, you're good now. You feel me? It matters. It matters. It matters. So everybody just give what you can. My Cash App is always in the description box under my videos. You probably should know by heart by now. It is the Jedi 1814. Also, anyone, if you're going to donate, and if you're not following me on Jedi Africa already, then you need to go over and subscribe to me over on Jedi Africa, because that's the only place that you're going to be able to find out anything about my progress on my trip. There's other videos that I've done over there. I'm thankful that for the most part, the number of donors that we had is the people that went over there. So it's always been the serious and the dedicated that have really stood in the trenches with me. And so I'm deeply grateful. I didn't want to have to go to a Patreon type situation, you know, but it's not the Looky Loo channel, everybody. You know, this is too serious. And, you know, so give what you can on the Cash App. Anjane23, I see you. Jedi, did you hear Taraji said she wants to leave the United States? I didn't hear it, but I'm glad. And I'm not surprised, you know, especially somebody of Taraji or anybody like that. Taraji has money, she has fame, and so she's been able to travel and see some things and sort of taste, ooh, wait, is something else out there, you know? So I'm pleased about that. Hopefully she'll choose to go to an African nation. Do we know that, where she's going? Miss Christie to Cheryl. Cheryl to Miss Christie. Cheryl, I viewed your videos on your Jedi Africa yesterday. Thank you, Cheryl. You're one of my ride or dies, though, Cheryl. You are. It kills me that I don't ever see you. So I'm secretly angry at you for that. You know that we're beefing over that always. But, yeah, you know, because I don't want that channel and this channel to be the same thing, you know, because I want to try and keep that channel pure. Because long term, down the road, that can potentially be a source of revenue, you know. And I even wanted my nephew to, you know, either join me or something, because, you know, this is something he should be documenting for his demographic and things like that. So whatever, but that could potentially later down the road turn into a revenue piece. This is Fire and Brimstone on this channel. So I just try and keep that one separate and different, you know. You go on to say, I viewed your video. Oh, that's a double. Jedi, are you still selling your merchandise? I do have merch, you guys, but again, I'm not very good at promoting my own self. If you should know that by now. And you know, my bonfire is still there. I'll have to do another piece, you know, and then I don't really, you guys have me working in the blind, because I said the people that bought merchandise, I appreciate them, but I needed more of feedback. You know, I'm producing this for you, so you got to tell me what you like. I produce something I think is fly, but maybe it's not fly. You know, my people need to communicate with me. You know, I'm only here for you. That's it. I've said that a gazillion times. I don't have no other reason to be here. So you need to communicate with me. But yes, the short answer to your question, Cheryl, is yes, you know, and I'll have to do another video or something, or find some way to run that at the beginning or do something. I don't know. Because I wanted to move into bags and mugs, and they have some other stuff that's available. And, you know, and sadly, the more stuff you have on it, the less money you make. So I wasn't really, you know, I just wanted it for the reasons I stated. You know, I do the shit I say, man, you know. I don't know why I didn't just highlight the damn comment. I always forget that I'm on here and I can just highlight the stuff and it's easier for me to read it instead of all this squinting and periscoping. CJ, Jedi, did your sister get married? What is the update? Oh, CJ. I'll just have to take a sip of my punch now. Nurse, bring me Valium and everything that killed Elvis. Okay, thank you. Yes, the bitch got married. Which is also a source of my high cholesterol and stress. Because she got married and she ended up going by herself. got married, and came back by herself in Nigeria. The dude did not come back. He's already married. She knew that before she went. He already has at least one other wife. So she's been cool with that. She just sent me something the other day saying she's going back in August, and that I want her to bring me a garment back. She wanted to get my measurements. And it was weird for me. She was like, well, I don't know my measurements. Like, I don't wear couture shit, you know? So I don't know. I put shit on. It fits. I wear it. It doesn't. I don't wear it. And, but she was saying, oh, because my father-in-law is built like you. And I just felt icky hearing that. Like, what does that mean? I mean, I don't have any connection to these people because of you. You did that. You know? Like, it's one of the many reasons why I could have been out of here already. I went on fast mode when that all came up. You remember the story, CJ. And short answer, she's married, and I wish her well. I couldn't live like that. Oh, because I'm a normal human being. So strike that from the record. I'll redirect, Your Honor. It was argumentative. It was argumentative. And leading. You know, I would want her to be a part of my wedding. You know, when I have my queen, I want my sister to share in that. But she just operates on a different frequency, man. My whole family is like that. I'm not like them at all. They're nothing like me. They're not. You would see us and go, you guys are so much alike. It's superficial. When you peel back the layers, you go, oh, you guys are totally not alike. You're totally not. My bad. She's going back in August. Is he paying for it? Are you staying? I mean, Anjanae, not sure. She just said she was tired of America for its racism. And that's the story coming out of the mouth of everybody that you see that's in Africa. You know, I saw one brother that was saying, he's just one of many, that was saying, you know, he no longer feels black. He's not black in Africa. He's just anybody, you know. I know that to be true. I know that, you know. That's why we never cower when they come up with this, you know, well, everybody's racist. You tell them, no, bitch, only your white asses are racist. Everybody else is responding to your shit. Proof of that is we have a whole continent where there's no racism. A whole continent of just us where there's no racism. So I'm not, except for where your white asses are. And that would be South Africa, which to me is not even Africa anyway. So that's something else. Whatever. You know, so, and I can't wait to be that one going, why don't you go back to where you came from? Why are you here in Africa? You should go back to where you came from. You should just go back to where you came from. I'm vengeful as fuck. And I will give them a sip of their own tea. Trust and believe. Trust and believe. But this brother was saying that, you know, and I wasn't surprised. You know, there's so many things you don't have to deal with. Like, I know if somebody doesn't like me, it'll just be on my merit. You know, they just don't like me. You know, I'm just not their brand or whatever. But it won't be because of my glorious melanin. It won't be because of that. In fact, I was watching a brother yesterday. He's from Nigeria, Lagos. And he bike rides across Africa. And there he was in Gambia. And wow, what an amazing human being. Excuse me. You see somebody doing something like that in America, you think that's going to be somebody white, and it is. But here, this brother's in Africa. He's Nigerian, and this is what he does. It was beautiful, you know. I mean, they're in tune with nature and understanding how the universe serves you and how the earth serves you. You know, instead of just rough rafting over every fucking thing and manhandling creation and shit. You know, you're just not in the right vibration here, man. You're never going to be. You're never going to be a whole human being. You won't be. Jedi, I'm nervous. on the camera. Don't be nervous, Cheryl. Don't be. Because for what? You know? And I've never understood nervousness, certainly at a level like this, but you're looking at someone who's been on stages in front of many thousands of people. I never got nervous. I don't understand that. You know, the last time I was nervous, I could remember, I can tell it to you. The first time I ever did my very first live stream on my old channel, because my channel was huge. Everybody's like, when are you going to do a live stream? When are you going to do a live stream? I don't know. When I learn how to do a live stream, I'll do one. I don't know. And the first time that I went live, I was just like, this is weird. I don't know what to do, you guys. I don't know who's watching. I don't know what to say. I just felt, because it was just like, this is the first time I've been confronted with an audience that's not in front of me. You give me 15,000 people, I'm good. But I'm in front of an audience I can't see. It was a nervousness that I couldn't describe to you, you know. But there's no need. But it's like with anything, you just got to take that first step, Cheryl. Once you take the first step, it's like getting in the pool. First the water's cold, then it's fine. You say, I will purchase some of your merchandise, brother. Love your shirts. And I will have to go over and revamp and all that stuff, because, you know, and that won't be the best way to help me though, Cheryl, either, because again, when you buy the merchandise, Bonfire gets a portion. They actually get the lion's share because they're producing and shipping it. I'm just designing it and promoting it, you see. So when you see people with all this merch underneath their channel and shit like that, that's what they're doing, you know. And the more money I want, the higher price they got to charge you. I set the price. You understand? So that's not the best way to help me. The best way to help me is to donate on Cash App. I'm glad you mentioned that, because I don't know if I would have thought to say that. So it's very important. And we need 100% of whatever anybody's going to donate, you know, because I'm looking to, like, we don't have until November. You know, this is July. We need to get Nasir's ticket in August, because the closer we get to the deadline, the price is going to go up. And also it is going to be, we'll have less of a chance of merging his JFK flight to mine. So we need to get this done, everybody. We just can't drag on this. We just can't. We just can't. We just can't. So I'm going to have to mention this frequently and often and regularly. I think those are all the same thing, but still, it's that important, you know. Yeah, this can't be a squeaker. We just have to get it done. Bay Girl, there's a new face. Shout out to you, Bay Girl. Hello, why do you always pronounce 1990s in the British accent? I don't know. Nobody's ever asked me that. Because that's how they say it. And I do a pretty decent British accent. Like, I've done full videos in total British accent. Some of my old people will tell you that. So it became a habit. I think that's the answer. It's habitual. So when and because it becomes habitual and I'm so comfortable in it, so when I refer to those decades, I have to say the 1980s and 1990s. It just comes out that way. Even when I'm not on here, like, you could meet me at the grocery store, and if I mention that, I would say it like that. I'm really that dude. You want to say, I think it's so hilarious. Well, thank you, Bay. I appreciate you. J9, South Africa and Israel, Palestine are racist. Absolutely. And what do they all have in common? I wonder if come on, 10 seconds on the clock. I can't do it in 10 seconds. White people. I'm right? Oh. Cheryl. Okay, then it's Cash App. Yeah, that's going to be the most effective way, you know. It just is, man. It just is. Like I said, we need to come up with probably at least, I think at least, even if we make it to 1,500, that could be cute. But I think $2,000, because I don't know what his flight is from Buffalo to JFK and then JFK out. I don't know. But I do know that you need if anytime you're talking about going to Africa, you need to have at least a couple grand on hand just to fly, just for travel, just before you get to anything else, you know. And obviously, my ground accommodations become something else when we first land because it's not just me, you know. So I'm just putting all that into. In fact, since we've been on, my best friend has called, and I sent him back saying, or no, I didn't say anything back, but we spoke. He's expecting, because we spoke on Friday, Thursday or Friday, can't remember. My days are running together. Anyways, so I still have to break it to him. Joseph, I'm not coming. I can't. And it breaks my heart, but I can't be in two places. I just can't. And it's not wise. It's not wise. It's not wise. That's too much of an expenditure to put out now, adding my nephew. It's too much. I can't. I just can't. I can't. Anjane 23. No. Cheryl, so Jedi, you're leaving America in November. Absolutely. Definitely in November because, as I've said to you guys, my ticket expires in November. We've been moving it since I bought it. Moving it. Thank God Delta allows that, you know, on an unrefundable ticket. But November is it, homie. If I'm not out of here in November, I'm going to lose that ticket. I don't want to think about that. Anjane, because you need to keep a fake British accent on deck. That's right. Feel me? I mean, you have to have a fake British accent, everybody. I mean, if you don't have one, then, you know, you're probably lacking as a human being, and I don't want to judge. I'm saying too much now already. I shouldn't. I'll just take a bathroom break because I need to cleanse. Okay, just so I don't die of heat stroke, everybody. Was there something else I needed to bring you guys? Bay Girl. Will Nasir the Prince come on live with you? He will. Anytime. If I ask him, he'll do it. You know. I didn't think about it. He's we have to do the logistics because he's in New York and I'm in California, and but I'm sure there's a way to make that happen. In fact, he could just, if I wanted, he could come on like this, like anybody can come on now. Like the link is up at the top of the chat. If you scroll to the very top of the chat, You see I put a link there. You click on that link and then you'll be behind stage. I could see you, but nobody else could see you. I could talk to you and everything. And if you're ready to go on, then I just click and you go on. I can have up to 12 people on the screen, you know? So I could do something like, oh, you guys saw it. Andrea came on, Gwen came on. So yeah, the short answer is yes, I could do that. He could come on too. You know, I just hope I could ask him to do it. I'm sure he'll do it, no problem. He's so, man, you know, I was on the phone because he had some phone issues recently, not too long back. And well, my sister, he's on her plan and she just came to him and said, the phone's off, you know, so we don't know what that was about. But anyways, and so I was trying to come to a resolution, like, let's see if we just put him on my phone, whatever. Anyways, I ended up calling, because I'm on Metro, and, you know, they always say Metro by T-Mobile. He's on T-Mobile. So I'm like, well, they're saying T-Mobile, Metro by T-Mobile, so is it the same? Like, what? So I'm talking to this Asian dude on the phone, and I was explaining to him what I was trying to do, and he was like, so your nephew, is this your favorite nephew? I'm like, actually, it is my favorite nephew. And they're like, why are you in my business? And sat your ass down. But, you know, he's such a delicate time in his life, you know. It's such a delicate time for him. And as each day passes, my responsibility is so much greater, you know. Nasir has a special place, you guys. I don't know if I've ever made this clear. You know, maybe you've seen him. He's been on live and we've done videos together when he was here in California and all this sort of thing. But I don't know if I've ever said this to you. You know, my nephew is, my other niece and nephews are older than Nasir. But I was still becoming an adult when they were, you know, in diapers and, you know, becoming teenagers and becoming young adults. But Nasir he's the baby, really. And so he's the one, you know, of all my niece and nephews, he knows me more than any of them, just because of the way things went. And he's the only nephew or niece that has lived in my home with me day to day and seen my life up close and knows my tendencies and my daily day and all that. You know, he's right there. So he necessarily has a special place, you know. And you know, he's a good human being. He is. I mean, he's young, so he's still dumb and stupid. But you know, he's finding his way. He's finding his way, but it's still a very delicate time. You know, it's a delicate time. But yeah, yeah. CJ Jedi, are you moving to Senegal or Ghana? I'm going to Senegal, but I'm going to Gambia. That's good that your nephew is accompanying you to Africa. It's good for him. It's a bonus for me. Listen, it's on so many levels, because I wish when I was 20, and I'm only 21 now, don't get crazy. I wish when I was 20, this had been put in my brain. You know, he needs to have this experience, you know. But what a bonus it is that we can share this together. You know, anytime that he and I are together, I always tell him, I always want him to know the things that just he and I have between just, it's us. That's special to me and him. That's it, you know. You know, I've shared with you guys, even though Shiro gets on me because I never show it, because I always have something on my head. It's over my left eyebrow, my mole. I have a mole over my left eyebrow. There you can see it. Nasir has one under his eyebrow, on the same eyebrow. Allahu Akbar. You know, but it's just, again, that's something just we have, you know, and I love that. So this will just be something that we have, you know, And I can tell you, for a male, a boy, that's powerful. You know, some of my memories as a child, even, you know, when my family was moving across country and all this kind of stuff. I remember when we were moving from California to Arkansas, my stepmother, my sister that died of COVID early this year, that was 1 year older than me, my baby sister, the Prince's mother, she was just a stinker in diapers then. They had gone on because we had an RV, but my father still had some stuff to finish here in California, and they decided I was going to stay back with him, you know. And this was the first time that just me and my father have been alone together. It was kind of like, because my father was very intimidating, very don't talk to, just a kind man, but he's from the old school. He's not mushy. But that was our time. And the kindness that he showed me, you know, this little special things that he would do for me that I never got before, because I guess it was all of us kids and whatever, but now it was just me and him, you know. And in that drive across country together in that U-Haul, you know, it's a feeling, it's an energy that I can't even put across to you, but I'm just saying that I know the importance of that, just like from my father to me, just that energy, you know, it just me. And you know, there was one time now we're living in Arkansas. My father's still playing guitar professionally, and he had a gig out at this amusement park, Something Springs, and I went. He took me. You know, I didn't grow up like, oh, can I go, Dad? Like, you didn't do that. No, you just expected, you weren't getting shit and you're not going anywhere. And it was shocking when he was like, you're gonna go with me. And then he gave me spending money. I could just go around the park on my own. That was huge to me. You feel me? I was 10 or 11, whatever. So this is important, you know, from that standpoint, but also for his life, because I think many of our kids, if we start implanting in them, there's a whole continent that belongs to us, they would seek that out, you know. And maybe he wouldn't otherwise do it, you know, but for me. So it's a few things. It's a list of things, actually. It's not even a few, it's a list. And to finish your question, CJ, Gambia is going to be it. Because Senegal is a French-speaking country. That's their #1 language, is French. Your boy does Arabic and Spanish, and I'm done. And it's also something very, I can't, of a bunch of black people speaking French. No, you know. And Senegal is more of the, well, because they have, you know, they have the countryside, and they have, you know, you can have any experience, but Gambia is more like Ghana, you know. If you can't go to Ghana, then goddamn it, go to Gambia, you know. And the other thing that's more attractive about Gambia, even over Ghana on this, is Gambia is a Muslim country, so Senegal. But Gambia, English is their national language. They speak many dialects. Most Africans you're ever going to know speak at least 4 languages, and they're slackers, just at 4. Well. So Senegal is also a Muslim country, but Gambia is just more, it has that je ne sais quoi, that thing, you know, like you go to Albert Market in can't think of the name. It's the largest city in Gambia. It's a bustling market, thousands of people, you know. Their #1 thing is agriculture, because everything else they import, sadly. So if you have anything that you go there and do, you would be winning, because there's no competition. Let's say you just found out a way to make sheetrock happen, which you wouldn't do that because they build with real shit in Africa. So, but I'm just giving you an example. You would have no competition. You would own 100% of the market. Dominate anything you're going to do, because they import everything except for agriculture. You see, but you go to the market, you know, and that's where you can get your garments and, you know, all of your food. And I love that, man. I'm so looking forward to that. Just, you can actually walk barefooted and not worry about glass and rocks and shit. And here in California, we have tumbleweeds, so we have thorns and shit. You don't got to worry about none of that. I'm telling you, wow. And the day that I walk into my first mosque and make prostration in prayer, that is the moment my soul will be settled. No doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind. You know, I was at the mosque yesterday, and I've done full pieces on these Arabs, and I'm over their shit. So again, the universe, I'm somebody who responds to the energy of the universe. I went to the masjid yesterday like I would go anytime. I had no intention of doing this. I got there, you usually make 2 rakats when you walk into the mosque for the mosque, just to honor the house of Allah. I make my 2 rakats, and I'm sitting there, and we're not started yet. And it's after 1. Why aren't we started yet? The imam is over yakking with somebody. I'm not muazzin at this mosque, so the muazzin is the one who will make the call to prayer. But damn it, I'm a Muslim, so I want to make the call to prayer. So I go to the imam and I go, brother imam, inshallah, I can. I go, who is making azan? And then it turns out this sheikh didn't speak any English. I'm over it. So I ask him again. I go, who is making azan? He tells me. So we're looking, and the brother is, you know, then he speaks in a different dialect to him that I didn't understand. I guess that was the dude. Whatever. Anyways, long story short, I ended up making the call to prayer in the mosque yesterday, you know. And but one of the other brothers from there, he goes, do you know it, brother? Bitch, I've been making a call to prayer since I was knee-high to my knees. That was my job as a child. I had to get up to make the call to prayer, and I hated it. What? But this is what we get. You could be a scholar in Islam, and they just see your black skin. Like you don't know anything. And we're better Muslims than them. We are. That's just the fact of it. We're better Muslims than them. We are. They think they own it. The only advantage they have is we have to learn Arabic. They come with Arabic. They have it already. It's their language. But they still have to learn Quran because this is the divine language. So that the Quranic Arabic is not like your everyday language. There's some words, but it's not the same thing because it's divine. The whole way that the divine speaks, it boggles the mind. One word can just, anyway, but not to go off center, just to say they have that, so therefore they think they're the it shit, you know. And they still are under this fictional belief that the Prophet Muhammad looked like them when he definitely looked like me. No question. No question. No question. No question. And if I'm wrong about that, Allah will tell me that on the Day of Judgment. Damn it. Cheryl, congrats. Congratulations are in order, Jedi. What a beautiful thing that this time you will take your nephew with you to Africa. You know, I wasn't going to bring it up. You know, he knows I'm going to Africa. And I don't ever want anybody in life to do anything that they don't want to do, especially if you're doing it with me, because I need to know you're invested, you know. So this was of his own desire, you know. And I had just made it up in my mind I wasn't going to badger him. Because remember, even early on, when I first started talking about going to Africa, I said to you guys, I didn't even tell my sister. She knew I was trying to go, but I never broached it directly with her. Like, do you want? No, because I know she's too fickle, and she will throw your fucking life into a fucking tailspin out into the universe. She will do that, and I had no time for that. You know. Then here she comes. Maybe we should go together, and y'all know how that went. I'm over it. I don't want to get worked up. Sweet D, blessings back at you, Queen, and for bringing my temperature down. Richard Hart, shout out to you in the UK. What's up, brother? Good to see you. At my 3-hour mark. So we should at least open the landing gear doors, everybody. CJ, I want you to follow up on that website if you're still here. There's also somebody else that's come up with another water-fueled car, everybody. You can go from LA to New York on 22 gallons of water, bitch. Understand that. And so he's probably going to be dead in 5 minutes. So, well, I'll just show you the report because why not? So that when we hear the eulogy, we'll know what we're talking about. You know, again, outside of us, just as a society, it's time for Americans in general to fucking stand up against all their fucking government. You know, it's exactly not what it's supposed to be. It's a few of them and 330 million of us. I think we kind of run this shit. It's supposed to be what we say, not what they say. But they can literally take 2 people to come out and tell you some shit, and everybody's supposed to just bow down to that, and usually does. I mean, I can't. Hear this now. This is a water-fueled car, can travel from LA to New York on 22 gallons of water, and it's a white devil go.
Invention may make it even more valuable. He has developed what's called a water fuel cell. It has taken the place of his old gas tank. The water fuel cell breaks down water molecules into
Hopefully you can hear
oxygen and
that.
hydrogen. The hydrogen is used to run his dune buggy.
This is, oh damn, it's still delayed. I don't know how loud it is.
If you don't have any snow available to you, they use salt water because there's no adverse effect.
I can't hear it.
Myers started working on this project 4 years ago. He's not a scientist. He isn't even a chemist. In fact, he never graduated from college. Myers was determined, he says, to design something to protect this country from oil embargoes.
And we've calculated that if we take the dune buggy from Los Angeles to New York, we would roughly use 22 gallons of water.
The Pentagon flew a lieutenant colonel in last week to look at Myers' invention. There's talk of possibly using it in the Star Wars defense program and to run army tanks. Water has always been considered a precious commodity, but Stan Myers' invention may make it even more valuable. He has developed what's called a water fuel cell. It has taken the place of his old gas tank. The water fuel cell breaks down water molecules into oxygen and hydrogen. The hydrogen is used to run his dune buggy.
I don't care if you use rainwater, well water, city water, ocean water. If you don't have any fresh water, go ahead and use snow. If you don't have any snow available to you, they use salt water because there's no adverse effect to the fuel cell.
Myers started working on this project 4 years ago. He's not a scientist. He isn't even a chemist. In fact, he never graduated from college. Myers was determined, he says, to design something to protect this country from oil embargoes.
And we've calculated that if we take the dune buggy from Los Angeles to New York, we would roughly use 22 gallons of water.
The Pentagon flew a lieutenant colonel in last week to look at Myers' invention. There's talk of possibly using it in the Star Wars defense program and to run army tanks. Water has always been considered a precious commodity, but Stan Myers' invention may make it even more valuable. He has developed what's called a water fuel cell. It has taken the place of his old gas tank. The water fuel cell breaks down water molecules into
Did it repeat?
hydrogen. The hydrogen is used to run his dune buggy.
Yeah, it repeated. Okay. Because it doesn't have a thing, so you don't know when it stopped. I want to say thank you to Willa for your Cash App. Thank you for your expedience. I appreciate that. And just to remind everybody what I said, we need to try and raise this now to try to buffer the expense now for my nephew's travel. But again, this is a white devil. Probably stole it from somebody black. Just saying. Oh, we could be laughing. But it's time for the American public in general to, and really countries everywhere. Anybody that their government is oppressive and running the shit, it needs to be the other way around. You know, people need to buck up, man. CJ, I will definitely follow up on that website. Very good, very good. Do that, CJ. It's for you. You will, I'm telling you, this will be this is the best decision you will make in your life. That's not an overstatement. Richard, water, fuel, car. Yep, he's dead. You see, and so it's such a known thing. So people should be like, you know, we should be threatening them. You know, anytime something like this happens, like something happens to this motherfucker, we don't kill everybody. You know, whatever. Something that expresses that people aren't going to allow you to take somebody out, and there's not going to be a backlash from the people. You know. I mean, everything is backwards, dude. This is the same people that are selling you this globe Earth bullshit. From the time you're a stinker, first day you walk into your kindergarten class, there's a fucking globe there. It never made sense to me, ever. Again, that whisper, that natural fitra inside of you goes, no. I don't know how, but no, that's not right. And alas, it's not right. Damn it. You're not on a spinning ball moving at several thousand miles an hour. And oh, by the way, cell phones are not on satellites, everybody. There are no satellites. Sorry to break the news to you. You have weather balloons and you have some communications balloons, but your shit is on a tower, bitch. Go kill somebody tomorrow and have your cell phone with you, and see after you get caught, when they drag you into court, see them to have your cell phone records. They know where you were at, what time you were there, because of a tower, bitch. The word satellite will never come up. It won't happen. It won't happen. It won't. It won't. If they bring it up, I will forego my trip to Africa and I will kill myself live on television or some shit. Something. I don't know. It's just not true. It's just not true. Why the lie? That's what everybody always asks. Well, why would they lie? Like, you need a reason for that. Not understanding. But why would they lie? Because A, they are the definition of deception and lies. That's first. But secondly, because this is these people are not connected to God. They are the devil. So they're trying to divert you away from God. When you realize that you live under a firmament in one place, one stationary place, it changes how you view the world. The spinning ball is kind of like, well, anything goes. We're just out here spinning and we're sailing through the universe and shit. Like, ooh, we don't know. But suddenly, you're not. That's a different understanding. That's a different understanding. And when you come to global warming that they're screaming about, that begins to make more sense to you. Because it's one thing if you in a damn RV cooking some fucking hot grease going down the fucking road at 80 miles an hour. Who cares? Open a window. But if you in your damn house and your kitchen is on fire, it ain't moving nowhere. You see what I'm saying? So this global warming thing, yes, because we're under a firmament. The Christian scripture speaks about it even more clearly than the Quran. Like, what are we understanding? But, Allah has said to us that He has established a barrier through which we cannot transgress. That's why we know nobody's been to the moon. Gotta turn the air back on, y'all. We're gonna start landing. We know we haven't been to the moon because you can't go to the moon. Because A, you can't get through the Van Allen radiation belts. That's the first one. But I'm here to even go further than that. The moon is not a kabillion miles away, and either is the sun, everybody. Our sun and our moon are local. They're local. They are local. When Allah describes you, again, you have to know the divine language. Because when Allah speaks specifically, you understand words that it can't be nothing else but this. When you understand language, you see, English is trash. So, and we have a vernacular of sort of and kind of and maybe and we don't know and shit. When the divine speaks, it's not none of that shit. It's this is what it is. Boom. So this is no different. When Allah says that He has hung these in the sky like lanterns, but you have to know the Arabic word for lantern, and you understand It's a complete understanding. It's not just a simple word. It's an understanding of what it is, giving you its geographical location. So, like we have nur for light in Arabic, but when you use that, because the way Arabic is written and spoken, there are strikes on letters that let you know if it's male or female. It lets you know if it's just that particular it, or it's a group, or it's many, or it's something else, things like this. So even the light from the moon, we know that the moon has its own light because of the way the language is structured, the divine language. So our sun and our moon are local, everybody. Don't go for this, a billion Earths could fit in the fucking sun. That's more fiction. It's not true. It's just not true. I don't need to put anything else on it. It's just not true. Just not. I'm checking these bullets now because is there something else I needed to bring that I didn't mention? Was going to talk about the R. Kelly thing more in depth. Not going to get into it in this stream. Did the Burger King thing. Come down. Let me erase some of this. But when you've been sold a lie since you existed, then it becomes something difficult, but not so much. Like I always say to anybody, tell me what you have more evidence of. Number one, you don't have an actual photograph anywhere. You can Google it now. There's not a single, I'll just Google it right now. There's not a single photograph taken by a human being through a camera of the Earth. But you think you've seen the Earth because all you've seen is NASA drawings, images of planet Earth. Earth. Bring you in. You're in. Here we are, boys and girls. Not one of these images is taken by a photograph from a human being from a camera. These are all artist concepts, and none of them are the same. So which one's the Earth? I'd like to buy the Earth for 500, Alex, if I could. I'd like to buy the Earth for 500. And for all of our Hubble telescopes and all of it, why didn't somebody just turn around? Or when the space shuttle was up, why didn't you just turn around and just, oh, well, look, there's the Earth. Instead, they give you this CGI fucking Earth going past them as if the shuttle is moving, and oh my God. Well, we go watch any space movie. We can do that in Hollywood studios. Well, that's not impressive. That didn't do anything. No pictures of the Earth. For all these missions to wherever, why don't we have an actual photograph of the Earth taken by a human being? Why? And now you can buy telescopes that you can just see the fucking moon, the surface. Not understanding why it's 100 billion miles away or what the fuck it's supposed to be, because it's not. It's not. So to digress what I was going to say, I was asking anybody, what do you have as evidence that the Earth is round? You show me your evidence, I'll show you mine. Mine's always bigger, by the way. But you show me your evidence, I'll show you mine. You show me what evidence you have for a globe Earth. Go. I just proved to you don't have a single picture of the Earth. I just struck your evidence on that. So you can't use that. Right, go. What else you got? Go, go. Go. You go. I'll wait. You go. What's that? Nothing? Come on, there's got to be something. Nothing? Meanwhile, I have on my side of the evidence table I got air travel. According to them, their measurements of the Earth, if you're flying across the Earth, every 6 miles, you're supposed to be tipping the nose. Otherwise, you can just fly out into space. And we know airplanes can't fly in space. So you're supposed to be tipping the nose down to compensate for the curvature of the Earth until you don't. And I also have pilots on camera sitting in the pilot chair telling you it's flat. I have this evidence. I have the Nile River. I have any body of water. Water always runs downhill. We've not seen water running uphill unless it's the zombie apocalypse. Water runs downhill and finds the places. It always finds the place of level. Water does not curve around a fucking ball. If that's the case, go get a beach ball and dip it in the pool and see, does the water just stay around it? It might be wet, but that water is running because it's trying to find level, and it's going to drip off. It doesn't clean, you see, because there's no such thing as fucking gravity. It's just that what goes up comes down. That's it. Unless you got some way to stay up there, you coming down. There is no force. It's just that you can't fly. You don't need gravity. This whole anti-gravity shit, like even you feel that weightlessness on a roller coaster and stuff like that, that's something else. That's a different law of physics that's happening. That's something else. But they use that to try to sell you this globe earth bullshit. Listen, I shouldn't have to make the case. I should just be able to tell you, remember the white man is the devil. You go, oh yeah, well, there's that. So, okay, we're good. Yeah, you're right. That should be enough, you know. But you also have where they used to say, well, look, the boat disappears over the plane until we got long-range cameras that can now zoom and go, no, it didn't go over the plane. It's still there flat. There it is. Oh, my God. I can keep going. You see, we're on a stationary plane, and the sun and the moon do this, just the way Allah says to us in the Quran. The sun and the moon do this. When something goes down range, the natural eyesight perceives it to go down. Just because it goes out don't mean it ain't going out. We're back to the boat across the horizon now. Same with the sun. The sun is not rising and setting. It's coming and going. Allahu Akbar. It's coming and going. Go outside of your house. Lay on the sidewalk or some shit. Tell somebody to get on the tricycle right down the block. See, don't they start going down and away as the sight goes away. You also have these huge expanse bridges that are built in China and Malaysia and different parts of the world. Like these bridges that are record-setting bridges. They go across for fucking, and yet they never had to account for the curvature of the earth. Very surprising, not understanding. You see, what else do you want? Lasers now. Points that they used to say, well, that would be 10 feet below where you're standing or 100 feet, so you wouldn't be able to see it. Now they can shoot a laser. And you got a guy, and we have the technology. You got a guy down on the other side going, yep, the laser's hit, and we have the video evidence and all the shit. We can film it and prove it, and it's all there. Again, we're on a stationary plane, everybody. We're not rotating. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is. I should do a whole piece on just, and bringing a bunch of stuff on just this principle. But for me, it falls in the category of the big lies. You know, this is no different than Jesus Christ on a cross. A black Israelite suddenly been made to die for all of humanity and become God and died for all of humanity. Didn't happen. Just didn't happen. Just like your 4 books of the gospel, John, Mark, Luke, and Matthew, are not people that anybody knows. All of Christendom acknowledges we don't know who those writers are. And it's somebody else writing on behalf of them, telling you what they said. You feel me? So we'll just use Richard. I'm going to tell you some stuff according to Richard, but I don't know it. I ain't say it. That's what I'm saying. Richard has said it and stuff. Like, we don't know if he was there. You feel me? That's what your gospel according to is. According to. And all Christian theologians and scholars all concede that none of those people lived at the time of this man known as Jesus. So they never even smelled his breath, for God's sake. They weren't apostles. They never met him. These gospels are being written many, many hundreds of years after he's already left the earth. They didn't even know him. You know what? I'm going to write a book about Gayle King's daughter. I'll do it because I know everything. Even though I never met her, never talked to her, don't know a fucking thing about her, and never even Googled her. But I'm going to write a gospel according to Gayle's daughter. I'm doing it tonight. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I did it. I'm doing it. I did it. It's right up there. It's right up there with that. It's right up there. You have to know that. But the big lies, because they want you to have their understanding of existence. You understand? They give you these out of the way bullshit, and it's and they get the desired result. You don't have a society anywhere that they are. You don't have a society that's governed by the law of God, where people have morality and principle. No need for that. They give you Newton's law. He's not a prophet. He's not the fucking lawgiver. Moses was the lawgiver, bitch, not Newton. So not understanding Newton's law. No, Newton discovered some shit that was already produced by the divine, and like white people do, if Newton was white, claimed it for his own, and then whatever. And as somebody pointed out recently in something I was watching, you go back and watch any footage of Albert Einstein, anytime he speaks, he's reading notes, bitch. So somebody else has propped him up. Say this. Say this. He does, there's not, he's never just on his own. He's reading notes that you could tell he must not have written. This is Einstein. Don't do it. Know what's in front of you, everybody. Know what's in front of you. All right, gear down, let us land. Angeline R., shout out to you, Jedi Love. That story about your dad and mother coming to your classroom when the teacher wouldn't pick you, when you had to answer, when you had an answer to the question. Loved it. Yes, thank you, Angeline. You owe me a million years. When you were a little boy, yes. Light bearer, shout out to you. Now here everybody come. Now here everybody come. I'm about to leave. Light bearer, shout out to you. It's all lies from the low level minds. Oh wait, Sweet D, you can't trust anything that comes out of their pie holes. I always tell you, if they are breathing, they are lying. They don't have any relationship to righteousness. Truth is optional, if at all. Right there, exactly, Jedi. So, yeah, we'll put a punctuation here, everybody. We're 3.5 hours, and I don't want to overstay my welcome, as my grandmama used to say. Don't ever overstay. Don't wear your welcome out. Don't overstay your welcome. So, inshallah, we'll be together again. Maybe even before the weekend is out, because I also need to not just to use the time, but I need to really, I've tried to express to you the importance, you guys, of we need to try and raise this airfare, etc. for my nephews and because this is an extra expenditure that was not part of the equation. So we need to do this, and we don't have all year to do it. We like I say, we need to try and execute his ticket. If we can get it done next month, we need to get it done, because the earlier out, the less it's going to be, and the earlier out, then we have more of that lining up my JFK layover with his JFK layover from Buffalo. so that we can go to the continent together. You know, Richard Einstein was a huge fraud. I'm finding out, you know, I never really took, just because Einstein said it was gospel, because I always just inherently was like, no, you know, nah. But I'm finding out that it's worse than that. You know, like he's, you know, I don't know much about him, his personal life, so maybe I have to find like a biography or something, or a documentary. You know, what type of a human being was he? You know, he always looked disheveled and shit, but that could have been stagecraft. You know, you kind of look like a mad scientist. People believe you. I'm over it. But if you look like me, nobody believes you. Last thing I'll say is, again, any of you all that are contributors and supporters, you need to follow me on Jedi Africa. And there's a whole small library that's growing over there, and that is dedicated to my journey to Africa. That's it. You've seen me even scold people here on this channel who know better. And you know, I'm like, you want to know anything about Africa damage, you need to go to Jedi Africa, you know, so because I'm just trying to keep that for that, you know. And so you can go to Jedi Africa. There's a relatively decent picture of me as the thumbnail, and I've already started documenting things there, you know. Yeah, so I will say, try to enjoy the rest of your Saturday, everybody. Your evening, I guess, now for all of us. And CJ, I'll be looking to hear something from you with regard to the website, because I want to see you pull through this. You can. It's entirely doable. And doctors don't know everything, damn it. God love them. They just don't know it all. They don't. They can't. I know I'll remember when I get off of here. Probably there's somebody else I needed to shout out or something else, but I don't remember. Yeah, I just don't remember. But we'll land here. And if the tea leaves have it, we'll be together tomorrow. If not, then just whenever the universe says so, everybody. But for now, I just want to say I love you guys all. I want to say thank you in advance. And I will see you soon. This is the Jedi.